Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation, and what's going on, sports fans? My name is TJ Jones. I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast and the Gumbo Pie Sports podcast. So, no matter what platform you're actually watching or listening to this to, I really do appreciate it. This is the Week 11 Red Zone edition. And today we're going to be watching some of the games that are on the NFL Red Zone, the early slate of games here. We kicked off a little bit late, but nevertheless, still very, very early in the first slate of games. Actually, right now, the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins, uh, they just had a fumble by Tua Tagovailoa, so they're going to put that under review. Sam Howell going long, going deep right here, and it is picked off by the New York Giants. McLeod, I mean, that's something that the Giants definitely need right now. I mean, they're a struggling franchise right now. All right, we flip over the Houston Texans, CJ Stroud, who's right now, I mean, without saying, I mean, he's the offensive rookie of the year, and he might even be league MVP if he plays the way he's been playing early down the stretch. I mean, the Houston Texans are 5-4 right now, probably one of the most surprising teams, but they look really, really good. I mean, but they have an uphill battle right now because Kyler Murray just threw a deep pass for a touchdown, his first touchdown of the NFL season. And this should be a good game. I know that Arizona is 2-8, but they're still a tough football team. They're young. They're trying to learn how to win. New head coach. Both of these teams have first-year head coaches. So both of them trying to learn how to win with their new head coaches. That's a dump off to Nico Collins, who's their number one receiver right now. Big physical wide receiver, man, putting up some really good numbers this season. So this should be fun, man. I haven't done anything like that, but most people know, I cover the New Orleans Saints, and the Saints are on a bye week, so thought it would be great just to have a little fun about the NFL Red Zone. I mean, maybe watch some teams that actually win games consistently and see how they are putting it all together. Man, that was a great stop right there by the Arizona defense, forcing a 4th and 2. So it looked like the Houston Texans are going to kick a field goal here. That was a good stop. They needed that. That's good momentum right there. That's good momentum. Shouts out to Chemo. Chemo, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. It's like I said, I know it's a little bit different. A lot of people, probably, not used to me actually, doing the NFL games on the State of the Saints channel. So, oh man, Joey Bosa, leaving on a card in tears. That's not a good thing. Joey Bosa, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. I mean, he got a towel over his face. He's in tears. So it looks very, very serious. So, I mean, that you hate to see something like that from a talented player like Joey Bosa. I mean, he's had some injuries in the past. I mean, he's been dealing with, seemed like he was being, pretty consistent this season with injuries, and now that happens. Oh, man, we got a fumble by Will Levis, and it looked like it was recovered by the Jacksonville Jaguars. 7:41 left in the first quarter. Jacksonville trying to get back to their winning ways. Dropped one last week versus the San Francisco 49ers, and that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it, man. Force a turnover and take advantage of the opportunity. Will Levis, young football player. Oh, you gotta hold on to the football there. Defense of the Jacksonville Jaguars recover. Definitely need a bounce back. All right. Switching over to the NFC South. Saints foes, the Carolina Panthers. They have a huge matchup today going up against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are one of the best teams in the league here. And Carolina, I mean, they only won one game. I mean, 6-3 versus 1-8, but you never know. I mean, this is the NFL any given Sunday. Tony Pollard been struggling lately, definitely trying to find the end zone. So definitely trying to get back on track. Might be one of those games he needs. All right, we switch over. Los Angeles Chargers versus the Green Bay Packers. We got Justin Herbert in the pocket. Oh, man, a drop. Don't want to see that, man. Parham Jr., man, 6'7", big physical target right there. Been one of the surprises in the league as far as being a tight end, former basketball player. Dak tries to dump it off. And, man, shouts out to the Carolina Panthers, man. They playing pretty strong in this game. I mean, a lot of people probably thought that the Dallas Cowboys would have got on them early, but Carolina's playing pretty tough here. So, like I said, any given Sunday, you never know what's going to happen here. Okay, we switch over to the Las Vegas Raiders, who have won 2 straight since firing Josh McDaniels and appointing Antonio Pierce as the interim head coach. So it seems like these guys are playing free. They're having fun. They're smoking victory cigars after every game. And Miami, I mean, even though they started off pretty strong, they've been kind of slowing it down the stretch, man. So they got to definitely try to get this thing together. Let me read some of the comments that we have here. And I'll probably open up the phone line just to hear what some people have to say a little bit later. It says, we need for Tampa and Carolina to lose. Salute, TJ. Yeah, I mean, look, Carolina has a tough matchup today. I mean, this is tough. I mean, going up against a Dallas Cowboy team that is red hot. I mean, they can put 50 up on you easily. I mean, we seen how they just absolutely destroyed the Giants last week. Shouts out to Jerry being here. Big run by Pollard. Okay, big run by Pollard. Like I said, I'm watching NFL Red Zone right now. The game that I'm actually looking at is the Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. Okay, so okay, here we go. Here's a snap. And it's caught in the flat. All right, looks like a first down right there. Aiden O'Connell, man, getting another start again. Had a really good preseason. And, they decided to go away from Jimmy G, who's been struggling. Tua Tagovailoa scrambling on the run, and he fumbles the football, picked up by the Raiders. Let's see what we got here. Was it a fumble? And looks real close. All right, Aiden O'Connell, another pass. This time to Hunter Renfrow. Everybody, if you're a Saints fan, you're pretty familiar with Hunter Renfrow. The Saints, instead of trying to go after a pass rush, they tried to spend most of the trade deadline trying to go after him. Couldn't get it done. Got the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, we know Deshaun Watson is out for the entire season. So we got Robinson starting in this game. UCLA Bruin, rookie quarterback. They're going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both of these teams are 6-3. Both of these teams are 6-3, and you have to believe that. I mean, they're trying to play pretty hard, especially since we all know that Joe Burrow for the Cincinnati Bengals is out for the year. So, I mean, Thompson Robinson, if he can get hot, you never know. I mean, the Cleveland Browns have one of the best defenses in football here. All right, they go into a triple box here. Here we go. Here's a run by Chubbs, and well, not Chubbs, but yeah, it looks like him. Okay, here we go. Dak Prescott down the middle to his tight end Ferguson. No, that's Luke Shoemaker, rookie out of Michigan, man, with his touchdown. That's huge right there. Luke Shoemaker has been coming on as of late. I mean, good red zone threat. Dak usually relies on Ferguson, the tight end, in those red zone situations. Good to see Luke Shoemaker starting to really show what he's capable of. Okay, here we go. No, on 3rd and goal, the Pittsburgh Steelers stop the running back for the Cleveland Browns at the 1-yard line. All right, now we got Aiden O'Connell on the screen. Throws it off to Devontae Adams, goes absolutely nowhere. Xavier Howard right there on the spot. Good defensive play. That brings up 3rd and 14. Good, man. Good awareness right there, man. Just attacking the football by Xavier Howard. I mean, that's textbook right there. Textbook. Exactly what you want to see. All right, we got Trevor Lawrence passing out there. Looks like to his tight end. Brings up 2nd down. And it's 4th and goal for the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, they took those off the screen. Now we have Aiden O'Connell in the 3rd and 14 situation. He dumps it off to Hunter Renfrow. I know he's happy, man. Now he had more than one pass target. I mean, you look at Hunter Renfrow, man. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. A guy that talented, man, and they not giving him the football. Here we go. All right, Travis Etienne runs, gets the first down a little bit more, gets tackled. Travis Etienne has been having a really good season. I don't know if people have been paying attention to Travis Etienne, but he's been doing it this season, man. I mean, through the air, catching the ball out the backfield and running between the tackles. Okay, here we go. A 34-yard attempt by Carlson, who's been struggling this season, man. I mean, He was all pro, a couple of years ago. But he does get it through. The Vegas Raiders on the board, 3-0 over the Miami Dolphins right now, early in the game. Switch over to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence in the gun. They're going to have to snap this ball. 5, 4, 3. He gets the snap off, hands it off. Oh, no, wait a minute. Okay, all right. Little RPO action right there. Gets about 2 yards. Good stop by the Tennessee Titans, man. Tennessee Titans, they've been up and down this season. Switch over to the Detroit Lions, the shocker of the NFL right now. Oh, and it is picked off, intercepted. Okay, now we got the Chicago Bears playing inspired football right there, man. That's what you like to see, man. I mean, some of these teams out here, they have bad records, but they're still playing hard. That's a testament to the coaching there, not just phoning it in. Don't feel like it's your season. All right, here we go. Here's the handoff. We hand it off to the running back for Jacksonville Jaguars. Who is that? I couldn't get his number there. All right, so here we go. Switching over to the Commanders, Sam Howell, little play action. Dumps it off to the tight end, and he fumbles the football. Wow. The Commanders continuing to get in their own way, allowing the New York Giants to have life, man. I mean, 2 turnovers early in the first quarter. That is not what you want to see if you're the Commanders, man. I mean, the Giants are DOA right now. All right, here we go. And that is caught. Calvin Ridley for the touchdown. Man, good back shoulder pass right there, man. Trevor Lawrence putting in a spot only Calvin Ridley can get it. And, Calvin Ridley came over from the Atlanta Falcons after missing an entire year. Okay, he got it. That was 2 feet in bounds. He wasn't on the same page with Trevor Lawrence early in the season. I mean, you have Christian Kirk out there, but it's good to see that, man. That was a good pass right there. Good spot. Malik Hooker just had absolutely no answer for that. So, like to see that from Calvin Ridley, man. One of the most underrated wide receivers in the league. Hopefully him and Trevor Lawrence can get on the same page. If they do, look out. Had a touchdown by Jerome Ford to put the Cleveland Browns up. They're going for the extra point right here. Let's see if they can get it through. All right, snap, kick, and it is good. So early in the game, you got the Cleveland Browns on top of the Pittsburgh Steelers 7-0 with about 4:35 left in the first quarter. Look, in order for the Cleveland Browns to try to win the North, they're going to have to run the football and play really good defense. I mean, you got the victory last week versus the Baltimore Ravens. And, you're going to have to rely on your defense and your running game in order to get you where you need to be. Let's see. Watching well-coached teams as opposed to watching a DA coach team. Yeah, I mean, look, they got some really good football teams out here. But if you notice, there's a little bit of a trend, folks. I mean, and I'm not just saying this because I'm trying to be optimistic. I mean, it's just a fact. If you look at some of these teams in the National Football League, a lot of them are flirting with 5-5, 4-5. Nobody's really separating themselves. You got a few teams that's around 6-3, 7-2, or have one loss like the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, but it's rare. It's rare. Everybody else is kind of like on the, that 5-5. Flirting with 500. I mean, even some of the teams that are accustomed to having really good records around this time. All right, so we got a 4th and 2 for the the Chicago Bears, and they're going for it. I mean, this is what Detroit has to be prepared for. When you have a team that's 3-7, team that doesn't really have a lot to play for, probably won't be making the playoffs. It's a lot of desperation football. Their only job really is to play spoiler. Okay, here we go. Justin Fields. So wide open DJ Moore. How do you leave DJ Moore that wide open? He's one of the best receivers in the league. I have absolutely no idea. All right, here we go. A handoff to Austin Eckler. Very, very underrated running back. And, I mean, he got some yards on that one, man. Big time run right there. Austin Eckler, probably one of the most well-kept secrets in the NFL. Reminds me a lot of Darren Sproles, man. A lot of wiggle with him. Good catch. Good, can run between the tackles and can be a matchup nightmare in a lot of situations. Here we go. Here's a handoff. He gets about 1 yard on a play. Good run. Good run, keep the defense honest. All right. Oh, man. All right. So right now it's looking like it was a touchdown pass by CJ Stroud to the tight end. I mean, how can you not be impressed with CJ Stroud? And I know the Carolina Panthers got to be kicking themselves. Like, you had a choice between Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. Not to say that Bryce Young won't end up being good, but CJ Stroud has hit the ground running. All right, here we go. A 2nd and 9 for the LA Chargers. Ball is about the 13-yard line here. Here we go. Justin Herbert snaps the ball, gives it to old reliable. No, that's Quentin Johnston right there, rookie out of TCU. Needs to step up, man. I mean, there's a lot of injuries to the wide receiver position for the Chargers. I mean, Quentin Johnston, you would have thought that he would have had a much better season than what he's having, man. But got to step up. All right, here we go. All right, man. Really good pass right there. Man, good pass. And what a catch by Saquon Barkley, man. Saquon Barkley, I mean, look, I know he's had some injuries throughout his career, but one thing you can say about him, man, he's a tough guy. He's a good leader. I mean, shouts out to Tim DeVito, though. I mean, look, comes in. I mean, you got the injury to Daniel Jones, and I mean, all of a sudden, you're going with Tim DeVito. And, he threw a really good pass right there. That was a dime. That was a really good pass right there. I mean, between two defenders, I mean, you got to place that ball perfect. I know that was a low probability catch right there. All right, here we go. All right, seems like a drop pass by Keenan Allen. Very uncharacteristic by one of the best receivers in the league right there, man. He's been doing it for a long time. All right, here we go. Cameron Dicker, 35 of 37 for field goals, 95%. All right, let's see what Dicker the kicker got. 25-yard attempt. Here we go. Snap, kick, place on the way, and about as true as 2 + 2. All right, there we go. All right, so now we got the Chargers on the board right now. They're up 3-0. Man, I don't know what's going on with the Chargers. You would think the Chargers would be a really good team. I mean, all that talent defensively and offensively. All right, Justin Fields on a 3rd and 16. Looks like it was, what was it? Batted down? Pass was like it was batted down. Let's see. Yeah, it was batted down by the tackle. Look, if you're not going to get to the quarterback, best thing you can do is just put your hands up. All right, we're switching over to the Jacksonville, Tennessee game, AFC South rival right here. Will Levis in the gun on a 3rd and 3. Beautiful day in Jacksonville, man. Beautiful day. All right, here we go. Will Levis. Let's see what he got here. All right. Snaps the ball. Got all the time in the pocket. Got all day. Can knit a sweater. Okay, they stopped the play. I'm about to say it. Man can knit a sweater in that pocket. All right. Looked like it was a timeout. Looked like it was running out of time there. So, all right, we're switching over to the Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. All right, they're playing in Miami right now. Raheem Mostert on the screen, having a really good season. I think we remember that 4 touchdown game he had a few weeks ago. They put 70 points up on the Denver Broncos. Tua throws the pass, caught by Tyreek Hill, having a monster season. Kind of slowed down a little bit. He slowed it down a little bit, throughout the last few weeks, but still, man, incredible wide receiver. All right, here we go. All right, we switched over to the Pittsburgh Steelers game. Let's see what we got here. All right, nice pass off to Dwayne Washington, rookie out of Georgia, man. Big physical guy. Dwayne Washington, he's a guy that I wanted the Saints to grab, man. I mean, just big, physical, a lot of talent there, man. Definitely could be a red zone threat. All right, 1st and 10. Tua throws the ball, tries to get it to Jalen Waddle. Hobbs almost jumped that pass, almost picked off, man. Tua talk about lower Tua. You got to be careful with that, man. You can't just throw it like that. I understand you got Jalen Waddle, former Alabama teammate, but that was a dangerous pass right there. You don't want to put the ball right there. I know you want to get your young receiver involved, man, but, don't want to risk an interception there. Aiden O'Connell, man, I mean, with the plumber mustache, looking like a character from Mario Brothers. But he's a little bit of a zany guy, man, but he's a good football player. All right. We got Waddle in motion. All right. Wide open Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill is going to take it to the house for the touchdown. My goodness, man. Look, that is the most that is the most dangerous matchup that a cornerback can have, in my opinion, guarding Tyreek Hill. I mean, they were playing maybe 10, 15 yards off of him, so if you give him that kind of space, man, he can blow right past you. But what a pass by Tua. Tua trying to manipulate the defense with his eyes. Tyreek Hill just does what Tyreek Hill does. I mean, you can't coach speed. What an incredible talent right there, man. Tua Tagovailoa got to be happy, all the things that he went through last season, dealing with concussions, and now he's having a really solid season, man. But how can you leave Tyreek Hill that wide open? My goodness. What a weapon. All right, here we go. Logan Thomas for the Commanders, getting the ball into the red zone. Former quarterback for the Virginia Tech Hokies. Been doing it for a while in the National Football League, man. Good, reliable, dependable tight end. Sam Howell, leading the league in passing yards, man. I mean, Eric Bieniemy has done a really good job getting this guy involved and taking advantage of his talents here. Okay, here we go. Try to run the ball. Giants stuff it, man. He may have got a yard. Giants playing tough today. All right, you got Gore. Gore from Southern Miss, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what we got. All right, Dak Prescott in the gun on 3rd and 5. Looks, throws, and it is complete to, it looks like, Michael Gallup. Looks like he got a first down on that. They're at the 30-yard line. So Cowboys up 7-0 right there. All right, here we go. Washington got a 2nd and goal going. Looks like they're proud on the 7-yard line there. Howell looks. He throws the ball and is incomplete. Don't know what's going on there. Miscommunication between him and Logan Thomas. Switching over to the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans game. Here we go. Will Levis looks, scrambles, and he gets the first down. But he looks like he kind of struggled to get up there. I hope he's okay. But here we go. 3rd and goal for the Commanders. All right. Can the Giants get a stop? All right. We take a look at Terry McLaurin, one of those receivers that, just been doing it, right? Quarterback issues still consistent. All right. Sam Howell snaps the ball. He's in the gun. Looks. Kayvon Thibodeau was on his trail. He had to get rid of it. And it brings up 4th down. So more than likely, the Commanders are going to have to kick a field goal. Good goal line stop. Good defensive stop right there by the Giants. Once again, one of those teams that, not making the playoffs. I ain't going to say probably not going to make the playoffs, but it's good to see those guys out there playing tough, man. Kayvon Thibodeau really coming into his own there. All right, here we go. Here's a field goal. Pretty much a chip shot here by Joey Slye, former Carolina Panthers. Big, strong leg guy right there. See what he got. All right, this is a 23-yard field goal, pretty much a chip shot here. All right, and he just knocks it through. So Giants are still up 7-3 with about 2:12 left in the first quarter. And let's see if the Giants can knock off the Commanders there. Okay, we switch over to the Arizona-Houston game right here. Kyler Murray's 2nd game back since tearing his ACL last season. Threw a touchdown early in the game. Let's see if he can actually get his team back on the board once again. See if they can get another touchdown. Arizona. Trying to figure it out offensively, man. A lot of new pieces, now young guys. Same for the Houston Texans, man, who are playing outstanding right now. Here we go. Oh, it's a fumble. Bad snap. Well, they were able to get it back. Running back got it back on that one. I think that's Connor, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, James Conner, former Pittsburgh Steeler, was able to get back on the football there. I don't know exactly what was. It looked like a miscommunication. It looked like James Conner thought it was a run play. Kyler thought it was a passing play, and he ended up knocking the ball out of his hand. Luckily for them, they got the ball back. All right, this is a 3rd and 11 here. Look at former New Orleans Saints Sheldon Rankins out there having a good season. And what can you say about DeMeco Ryans? I mean, doing an outstanding job. Definitely should be up for Coach of the Year. Should be a front runner right now, in my opinion. All right, Kyler Murray in the snap, 3rd and 11. Here we go. Pocket collapse, and he is sacked. I mean, man. Ferocious defense by the Houston Texans right there, man. Bringing everybody. Bringing their mama, their sister, and their auntie on that one. Will Anderson, a rookie out of Alabama. 3rd overall pick. I mean, they're doing it, man. C.J. Stroud, 2nd pick. Will Anderson, 3rd pick. All right, here we go. We got Brandon Cooks. A lot of former New Orleans Saints out here, man, doing it for other teams here. All right, here we go. Matt Prater, legend. Former Denver Bronco, former Detroit Lion. Now he's with the Arizona Cardinals. This one is a 52-yard field goal. Let's see what he got. Snap, kick, placed on the way, and it is good. Matt Prater, about 40 years old, still out there doing it big. Man, it's such a weapon when you have a kicker that can, be clutch and make some of these long field goals consistently. I mean, it's pretty good there. All right, 7-0 as we switch to the Cowboys and Carolina Panthers. See what that got. Let's see. I guess it was a penalty there. Was it a holding penalty? It looks like. Yeah, the holding penalty. 2nd and 13. All right, switching over to the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions handoff. That looks like that was to let's see who we get the name. Okay, Jahmyr Gibbs there. Run the ball, and there's a flag on the play. He didn't get much on that anyway. Detroit, man, these are the type of games you got to win. Like, I understand that they're trying to, turn things around, and they have, man. But you got to be able to knock off some of these teams like this, man. I mean, you can't let these teams lay around. I understand they're a rival, but you got to get it done. All right, here we go right there. Dillon. Okay, Dillon for the Green Bay Packers, gets a little dump off pass, turned into something. Got a flag on a play, like Dante Jackson. Look like he's guarding CeeDee Lamb. And it's like probably a little illegal contact there, yeah. Trying to stop him. I mean, if you're gonna hold a guy like that, man, you at least got to go out for dinner first. Like that's a lot of holding right there. Cowboys look like they're getting close to the red zone here on the 1st and 10. Here we go. Yeah, that was off. Okay, now we got, I don't know what the heck that was, but they need to go ahead and scrap that. Good play by Burns, pushing them out of bounds there. I don't know what's going on with that. Tony Pollard and the Dallas Cowboys, they need to go ahead and scrap that. That just did not work. Nobody was fooled on that play. All right, switching over to the Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. All right, we got Michael Mayer in motion, Aidan O'Connell going deep, looking for, Davante Adams for the touchdown. Man, what a pass by Aidan O'Connell. Davante Adams, man, I bet that was a breath of fresh air, man. I think we all remember a couple weeks ago him slamming his helmet on the sidelines after the Raiders lost, and everybody can read his lips saying, "I'm tired of this, you know what." So it's good to see Davante Adams getting back involved and being that wide receiver we know he can be. Getting past both defenders, cornerback falls down, and Davante Adams just shows that he's just better than everybody else. All right. I mean, that's what you want to see right there. Aidan O'Connell, man, former Purdue Boilermaker right there. As you look at Cartier Mike McDaniel over there with the Cartier glasses on. All right, 3rd and 19 for the Dallas Cowboys. See what they can do right here. All right. Got CeeDee Lamb in motion right here. Dak scrambles to his right, completes the pass to Brandon Cook. Brandon Cook trying to get yards after the catch. All right, gets pulled down, and that might be a flag, a horse collar. Unbelievable right there. See, and I'm not just saying this because they're the Panthers. That's the type of stuff that's the reason why you're 1-8 right there. I mean, it's 3rd and 19. Cooks is not going to get the first down. Instead, you grab his face mask and a horse collar. So you basically bailed out the Dallas Cowboys and giving them a breath of fresh air. And I already mentioned the Cowboys are one of the best and most explosive offenses in the league. So why give them another opportunity? Doesn't make any sense to me. That's what bad football teams do. That's what undisciplined teams do. Xavier Woods, I'm pretty sure he's inspired. He's a former Dallas Cowboy, but still, man, you gotta be smarter than that. He wasn't gonna get that first down. You had a group of defenders that were gonna go there and tackle him. If you couldn't get the tackle, somebody else would. He wasn't gonna get 19 yards. All right, switching over to the Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love and the Packers trying to, get back to winning. All right, here we go. I think is that Romeo Doubs? Romeo Dobbs on the reverse. Oh, no, excuse me. That's Reed. Excuse me. Reed on the reverse for the touchdown. Jaden Reed. Man, smart play right there for the Green Bay Packers. Puts them up 6-3 right now, and pending field goal could be up 7-3. So that was a good play right there. Good smart play. Those are one of those plays where you kind of lob a defense to sleep, probably run the football, and using Jaden Reed, man, the speedy guy, right? Good on special teams, the return guy. That's what you want to see. Good reverse right there. All right, Dallas Cowboys on the screen on the 2nd and 9. Ball is about the 13-yard line. Tries to dump it off to Ferguson, incomplete, batted down by one of the defenders for the Carolina Panthers there. Looks like who was that? Johnson, man, good play right there, batting the ball down. Like I said, if you're not going to get to the quarterback, put your hands up. Never know what's going to happen right there. Man, good lead block by Luke Musgraves right there, springing Jaden Reed. Man, I don't know. I just don't understand, man, how the Chargers got that much talent and they just can't stop anybody. It's just amazing, man. All right. Snap. Dak Prescott tries to throw the ball. He throws it away. Looks like the Panthers were blitzing on that play. He just had to get rid of the ball there. All right, switching over to the Detroit Lions. Here goes Jared Goff. Got time in the pocket, throws, and it is intercepted again. 2 interceptions in the first half for Jared Goff. 3 turnovers total for the Detroit Lions. It's crazy. I was actually at the park before I actually started doing this. I took Paxton to the park, my 4-year-old son, for those that don't know. And there was a Lions fan out there, and I asked him who they were playing. He said the Bears. And he was like, I said, they should have a win. He said, well, these are the Lions we're talking about. So, but anyway, here's the extra point, 29-yarder for the Cowboys, and it is about as true as 2 + 2. So Aubrey continuing to be a clutch kicker, trying to channel his inner Justin Tucker, having an amazing season. Definitely should be in all-pro consideration right there. All right, here we go. 3rd and 7 for the Tennessee Titans. Will Levis in a gun. And okay, a snap. Will Levis scrambles, and he is sacked, brought down. I mean, they are just teeing off on Will Levis, taking advantage of this guy's inexperience. And we all know what Jacksonville has been doing this season, man. One of the best teams in the league. Saints fans, you seen the Jaguars a couple of weeks ago. You know what they're capable of. Coming off the edge, I mean, just relentless pursuit there. I mean, the offensive line of the Tennessee Titans had absolutely no chance. All right, now we're switching over. Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett in a gun on the 3rd and 4. Let's see what they got. All right, snaps the ball, hurry up and throws it, and incomplete, trying to get the ball to Johnson, the wide receiver, Deontay Johnson. Couldn't get it to him. Good defense. Once again, the Cleveland Browns, one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best. And they come on a blitz, and he just tries to get rid of the ball there. Okay, here we go. The Chargers, Green Bay Packers. Chargers on the 3rd and 5. Here we go. Justin Herbert throws the ball, and it is complete down the seam to Erickson for the 1st down. I mean, that's what you need to see, man. Some of these other wide receivers need to step up due to the injuries to some of these guys. I mean, you don't have Gerald Everett. All right, here we go. Montgomery going up against his former team. No, he has to be inspired going up against these guys. Wants to put on a star-studded performance here. Look, man, Detroit, you got to win these type of games, man. I understand. Like I said, it's a rivalry. It's the divisional game. There's no secrets. Everybody knows everybody. But Jared Goff, man, you got to step it up. I mean, he's a guy that was almost, he almost had an NFL record for most passes without a pick. Now it just seems like he just turned the ball over almost every game. All right, Jahmyr Gibbs gets the 1st down and a little bit more, and he lowers the shoulder. Gets out of bounds for that 1st down. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs starting to come on. A lot of people compare him to Saints running back Alvin Kamara. All right, here we go. Justin Fields, 1st game back from dealing with that finger injury. Oh my goodness. And a fumble picked up by Detroit Lions. I mean, what is going on here, man? This is a sloppy football game. I mean, both teams cannot seem to hold on to the football. Scott, who's the speedy receiver for the Bears, just can't hold on to the football, man. I mean, you get opportunity. Don't really get too many targets. When you do, you want to take advantage of it. All right, here we go. Ty Montgomery on the RPO. Very creative. Shouts out to Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator. Probably more than likely won't be an offensive coordinator too long. Definitely going to become a head coach. All right, here we go. 3rd and 3. Justin Herbert kind of fumbled the snap there, but a wide, and I do mean wide open. Who is this? All right, Smart. Stone Smart. That was a smart pass by Justin Herbert to find Smart, and he did the smart thing getting into the end zone. All right, here we go. Goal line, 2nd and 6, handoff to Montgomery. He gets about 3 yards on the play, and it sets up about 3rd and 3. They can get a first down, or 3rd and 5, excuse me. They can get a first down here to put at 1st and goal if they can't get into the end zone. All right, man. Look, Detroit, you got to cash in here. Got to take advantage of that turnover. All right, here we go. We got a double screen going. Got the Houston Texans and the Arizona Cardinals on the screen right now. I got Jared Goff in the gun on a 3rd and 5. Snap the ball off, hands it off, quick dump off to St. Brown. He gets the first down, doesn't get into the end zone, but like I said, I mean, they had opportunity in the red zone to get a first down, and now it's 1st and goal. Now you can open up the playbook, get a little bit more creative, knowing that you don't have to settle for a field goal. All right, on the other screen, we have the Arizona Cardinals and the Houston Texans on the 2nd down. All right, CJ Stroud, 10 of 14, 142 yards and a touchdown. Once again, not only making a case for Offensive Rookie of the Year, but NFL MVP. And I can tell you, if the Houston Texans find themselves winning this division and them making the playoffs, might be a foregone conclusion here. Here's a handoff to the running back here. He breaks some tackles and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. My goodness. I mean, how can you not be impressed? Devin Singletary, former Buffalo Bill, getting into the end zone. Good power run right there. Wide. Oh, almost jumped the pass. Almost picked off. Man, that was almost a house call. Jalen Johnson, I mean, having a monster season, almost jumped in front of that route. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I mean, I thought that was a sure touchdown, but he jumped right in front of him, man. Good awareness right there. Nobody was going to catch him if he would have caught that interception. All right, here we go. We got Devin Singletary just scored a touchdown, extra point pending, them going up to 14. All right, they're looking at it, which I don't understand why, because he fell on top of a cornerback. And Jahmyr Gibbs just scores a touchdown. About is the easiest touchdown you're going to see today. I mean, good halfback toss right there. But I know Jalen Johnson got to be kicking himself because he had a pick six, and now that just turned into a touchdown. And now the game could possibly be tied with an extra point. All right, here we go. The Miami Dolphins, Raiders on the screen. Miami is in the red zone. All right, here we go. Tua dumps a pass off to Tyreek Hill. He gets about 3 yards on that play, brings up a second down. All right, we got a rewind right here. How did they get into the red zone? Talking Miami. Miami throws a pass, caught by Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill does what Tyreek Hill does, getting that yak, and just gets out of bounds. I mean, what an explosive player. Dude is like a human cheat code. All right, but here we go. It's a 2nd and 8. Miami trying to go up by 4. But I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be mad if they kick a field goal, too, to tie the game up. Here we go. Raheem Mostert gets a few yards on the play. Let's say about 3. Got about 3 yards on that play. Setting up 3rd down. Raiders trying to get a stop. Raiders been playing a lot better since they got rid of Josh McDaniels. What a difference a coach make, right? All right, here's a handoff for the Browns. It goes absolutely nowhere. Looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers got the stop there. Ford tried to get some yards, just unsuccessful. All right, here we go. A 3rd and 5 for the Miami Dolphins. In the red zone. And it looks like a timeout is called. All right, look like a timeout. So timeout by the Raiders. All right. Switching back to the Giants and the Commanders. Giants are still up 7-3. Got the ball right now on a 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff. This is to, I'm not sure if that's Saquon or not. Yeah, Saquon Barkley gets about 2 yards on the play. Probably maybe a yard and a half. Giants trying to get the victory, trying to go to 3-8. All right, switching back to the game, Raiders and the Dolphins. Raiders are up 10-7. Tall task to go up against an explosive team like the Dolphins, but they've been keeping them at bay as of right now. But the Dolphins are driving, got an opportunity to score here. You want to come away with 6 points instead of 3. And you take a look at Max Crosby, one of the most underrated pass rushers in the league there. All right. Shouts out to everybody here. Shouts out to everybody here, man. Shouts out to Bucks Raised Boats. Shouts out to Kai. Says, what's good, brother TJ and my SOTS family? Salute to y'all. Yeah, salute to you too, man. Thank you for being here. Like I said, we're doing a NFL Week 11 Red Zone watch along here. All right, so feel free to comment. And thank you all for watching the game with me. I appreciate that. Here we go. Here's a handoff. All right, to the Giants running back there, and this goes absolutely nowhere there. I mean, good stop by the Commanders defense. All right. It seems like the Miami Dolphins have been on the goal line and been having a little bit of an issue trying to get the plays in. All right, here we go. 3rd and 10. Looked like it was a penalty. 3rd and 10 for the Dolphins. Dumps it down, caught. I think this is Ahmad there. And they tried to get the first down, but he is short. Good stand by the Raiders defense there. See what they do. Let's see what the Dolphins do. Dolphins have a decision to make. Will they try to go for it on 4th down or try to kick a field goal? All right. It looks like Mike McDaniel has already made up his mind there. It's a 4th and 1, so it looks like he's going to try to go for it. Or maybe they can try to draw him off sides. Let's see. Let's see if he's really going to try to run this play, or they're going to try to see if the Raiders are going to jump. All right, let's see what we got. 10 seconds. Tyreek Hill in motion, hands the ball off. Oh, and no, the Raiders get the stop. Tried to do a wide receiver screen off the Tyreek Hill, and great pursuit by the Las Vegas Raiders defense. I mean, good awareness by Hobbs there. Then gets a little help from his friends. Good defensive stop by the Raiders, man. The Raiders have been playing inspired football right now. All right, Tim DeVito in the pocket. Looks, and he is, what? Wait a minute, breaks the tackle and just throws the ball away. A lot of toughness in Tim DeVito, man. I mean, not the best quarterback you're going to see, but showing some toughness. All right, 1st and 10 for the Arizona Cardinals. Play action. Kyler Murray going deep, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by the Houston Texans. Yes, that is Derek Stingley, former LSU Tiger, getting the interception, man. My goodness, man. Good play right there. Getting the catch over Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown couldn't do anything about it. And, Kyler, you got to get the ball out there a little bit further, man. I mean, Hollywood Brown actually had to slow down. He had Stingley beat, but Stingley was able to catch up with him because the ball was kind of short. So he had to slow down to even try to get the catch there. But good ball skills by Stingley there. All right, here we go. 2nd and 15. How did the Green Bay Packers get to midfield? Let's see. You see Jordan Love throws the ball down the field, and it was caught. It looks like by Romeo Doubs there. All right, that's how they were able to get there. All right, Jordan Love, up and down season. Last week he had 2 touchdowns, but he also had 2 interceptions. All right, I mean, he's been turning the ball over at an alarming rate this season. And he tries to throw the ball, tried to get it to his tight end, Luke Musgraves, but that was incomplete. Now we switch over to the Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans. Here's a handoff to Travis Etienne on the toss play, and he gets about 4 yards on the play. Good tough run right there by Travis Etienne. All right, we see Jordan Love trying to get the ball into the end zone there, but the Chargers have something else in mind. They're on an 8-play, 60-yard drive that's take about 4 minutes. All right, here we go. Jordan Love in the gun on a 3rd and 10. Will he be able to get the snap off, or they're going to call a timeout? And they got it off. Well, no. The flag was thrown, so it looked like a delay of game going to back him up 5 yards. Travis Etienne showing patience there, and he may have got the first down there. If he didn't, he's probably about a half yard short of first down. Jacksonville up over the Tennessee Titans by a score of 7-0. Tennessee Titans are 3-6. Jacksonville is 6-3. Once again, Jacksonville trying to bounce back from that crushing loss last week versus the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers dropped 3 straight, so they definitely needed that win. So hopefully that can get them back to their winning ways. And so does Jacksonville. Jacksonville trying to get back to their winning ways. They were one of the hottest teams in the league. Still are, but you got to win games like this against your division foes. Christian Kirk in motion, hands it off once again. Travis Etienne just gets absolutely stuffed. And I mean stuffed by Simmons, man. Simmons just absolutely blew that play up. That's one of those plays that Travis Etienne is going to feel in the morning. I mean, as soon as he got the football, Simmons was right there. I mean, just completely lowered the boom. Don't know what in the world the Denver Broncos were thinking getting rid of Simmons, but he's paid dividends for the Tennessee Titans. I mean, my goodness. A man that big hitting you with all that force. No, that got to hurt. All right, here goes the extra point. Well, not the extra point, but a field goal. And that puts the Jacksonville Jaguars up 10-0. All right. Anders Carlson, the brother of Carlson for the Las Vegas Raiders. He trying to kick a 52-yard field goal, trying to be like his brother here. And unlike his brother, he did not make it. It's no good. All right, man. An 8-play, 60-yard drive ends with absolutely nothing. I mean, that kick wasn't even close. I mean, that was Shank City. I mean, had no chance. Absolutely no chance. And this is something that you do not want to see here. Tyreek Hill walking to the locker room, suffering an injury. Nobody really knows what's going on here, but he's walking to the locker room. If he's going for an entire game, that is huge. And that was almost an interception by the Detroit Lions right there. Cornerback almost jumped that. Man. I mean, these guys are the ball skills between the Bears and the Lions in this game. My goodness. Oh, man. And what a play by the Detroit Lions defense. I mean, getting a stop. Justin Fields, first game back from dealing with that hand injury. Everybody's kind of keeping a close eye on that. How is it going to affect him in this game? I haven't seen anything as far as that he seems like he's lacking as far as his passing and getting the ball where it needs to be. I mean, Detroit, they're a pretty tough football team. So, Justin Fields on the 3rd and 12, see what they got. Pretty sure they're going to throw the football here. All right, 1 and got it off. And a pass. This went off to DJ Moore. DJ Moore breaks the tackle. And he goes and what a tough play by DJ Moore. Fights for the first down. DJ Moore, that was all DJ Moore right there. He could have clearly got tackled probably 4 or 5 yards short of the first down, but that just shows the toughness and the physicality and just the will to actually get the first down by DJ Moore. What a mistake by the Carolina Panthers getting rid of such a talented guy. But hey, man, in Chicago, they need a wide receiver like DJ Moore. They need him for a long time. So good to have a number one guy. If they can actually put some pieces around them, they can be really explosive. Justin Fields on a quarterback keeper and goes absolutely nowhere. Switching over to the Houston Texans, CJ Stroud scrambles, throws the ball. This is completed to Nico Collins. Enough for the first down. It was 3rd and 1. So this is going to set up 1st and goal for the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud continuing to impress and do all the things that Houston needs him to do in order for them to be a successful franchise. All right, here we go. A 2nd and 11 for the Chicago Bears after a 1-yard loss by the Justin Fields run. All right, he's in the gun right now. They got to get the ball snapped. All right, got the ball snapped, looks, and he tries to scramble out of the pocket. He stays on his feet, able to get a couple more yards, and that sets up 3rd and goal. So probably able to get about 4 or 5 yards on the play. Brian says, Lord, says, good afternoon, TJ and SOTS family. Says, it's nice to watch football and not be all stressed out. This is a good football Sunday. Yeah, I mean, it's good to actually watch some other games, and be able to, like, see other teams play and also maybe get a little optimism. I mean, seeing some of those other teams struggle, that might be, make you feel better about your squad, right? All right, CJ Stroud, and it looks like Houston got the timeout before the play clock expired. So, all right, I mean, bailing out your rookie quarterback right there. You got to be aware of the clock. And Miles Sanders running in between the tackles. That was very familiar with Miles Sanders for all the years he was with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hasn't really been as effective as Carolina wanted him to be. All right, Bryce Young with a 1st and 10. They're down 10-0. They're playing in Carolina. Here we go. Hands the ball off. This one is to Miles Sanders again, and he goes absolutely nowhere. The defense of the Cowboys right there, he probably lost about 2 or 3 yards. Offensive line of the Carolina Panthers continuing to struggle. I mean, whole team as a staff, organization, and crew has been a little bit of a disaster this season. I thought they would have been a lot better than what they actually are. But, hey, good for the New Orleans Saints, right? All right, here we go. 2nd and 11. CJ Stroud with the play action pass, and it is intercepted, picked off. Not a very smart pass by CJ Stroud. I mean, way too much congestion right there trying to fit that ball in there. And Bryce Young just running for his life out there. I mean, it's just a tough outing, man. Going up against one of the best teams in the league defensively and offensively. And CJ Stroud, that's a pass that he definitely will want back. I understand what you're trying to do right there. Nico Collins, big, tall, physical receiver, but man, you try to throw that ball in like triple coverage right there. I mean, you want to trust your receiver, but you also want to make smart decisions. All right, take a look at Michael Parsons and the Dallas Cowboy defense on the 3rd and 14, trying to keep Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers out the end zone. Bryce Young in a gun, and he gets the snap off. He looks, and just like always, he is sacked again. I mean, that was Lawrence. And so Lawrence gets the sack. You had Michael Parsons getting another sack. Carolina Panthers offensive line just absolutely just getting overwhelmed here. And Justin Fields take a huge hit on a 3rd and 6, and it's incomplete. He's okay, but it's going to set up 4th and 6. So it looks like Chicago is probably going to be kicking a field goal here. DeMarcus Lawrence is just bullying the offensive line of the Carolina Panthers. Justin Fields, as we take another look at the replay, I mean, he just absolutely gets slammed to the ground, and you never want to see a quarterback head slammed to the ground like that, but he's okay. As we take a look at Robbie Chosen, also formerly known as Robbie Anderson, trying to make some waves in Miami. I think that's his hometown, if I'm not mistaken. So, it has to be a dream come true playing for your hometown team here. On a 2nd and 2, Tua hands the ball off. This one is to Raheem Mostert on the 2nd and 2, and he has enough for the first down. Needed 2, he got about 3. So a lot of these games are about to go into halftime. As we look at this Raiders and Dolphins game, 4 minutes and 8 seconds left. 1st and 10. Miami in the red zone. Switching over to the Giants and the Commanders. And Tim DeVito looks, and wide open is Darius Slayton. And Slayton is going to bring that and take it to the house for the touchdown. So Tim DeVito, 2 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants are up 14-3 over the Washington Commanders. Who would have saw this coming? Especially after the beating that they took last week versus the Cowboys. I'm talking the Giants. And just really good. This is a really good play design here. You got Darius Slayton kind of like on a drag route here, and he was wide open. And all he had to do was just beat one corner, and he was able to do so. All right, switching back to on the 2nd and 8, Tua looking, scrambles, tries to get around, and he goes absolutely nowhere. That's going to count as a sack, and this will be for Max Crosby. Tua just tried to scramble, tried to see if he can get some extra yards, but they were able to keep him contained. I'm talking the Raiders defense here. They were able to keep him in a pocket. And that's what you want. I mean, when you have a quarterback that can kind of scramble a little bit, move around in the pocket, definitely want to kind of close it in on him where there's only a few places he can go, and that's just straight up the field. All right, we got a 3rd and 10. Dolphins in the gun. They snap the ball, and it's a blitz, and they paid for it, and that is a touchdown by Ahmad. And, man, what a tough play. I won't say a tough play, but what a smart play by Tua. I mean, that defense, they brought everybody on that one. And he was able to dump it off to the running back, and he was able to do the rest. So, unlike the last possession, the Miami Dolphins were able to get into the end zone. They were stopped on a 4th down, and this time they were able to get into the end zone. So, now you have the Miami Dolphins up, and they have a field goal pending here, and this will possibly put them up 14-10, and that kick is good. So, with 2 minutes and 28 seconds left, you got the Miami Dolphins up against the Raiders by a score of 14-10. About a pretty easy touchdown, but that was a smart play by Tua, being able to find a wide open receiver after the Raiders tried to blitz. Okay, now we switch over to the Chargers and the Packers. Chargers are up 10-7 with 4 minutes left in the game, and this is a 2nd down for Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. They're playing at home in Lambeau. You got Luke Musgraves in motion. Snaps the ball. Jordan Love looks, and he throws the ball, and it is incomplete. Tried to get it to Romeo Doubs. And you have Asante Samuel Jr. on the coverage there. Jordan Love, 10 of 15, 103 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. If you're not going to throw any touchdown, definitely don't want to throw any picks. But Green Bay, they have to get into the end zone. I mean, last drive, they went on an 8-play, 60-yard drive. They tried to go for a 52-yard field goal, no good. 3rd and 7 here. Jordan Love in the gun. And it looks like it was a timeout called. All right, here we go. Switching over to the Detroit Lions game. Jared Goff throws the ball to St. Brown. St. Brown catches the ball, slides about midfield. Sets up a 1st and 10. So he was able to get the first down. Got a little tempo going right now with Detroit Lions, trying to get the ball into the end zone before the half is over. 1:08 left. Jared Goff looks, checks it down. This is to Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs almost gets the first down, gets about a gain of 9 there. So clock is ticking right now. 57 seconds is under a minute. Once again, Detroit trying to get into the end zone, trying to go up at halftime by a score of 14-7, trying to get 6 instead of 3, or trying to get into field goal range, and Jared Goff just dumps it out of bounds, stop the clock. Take a look at offensive coordinator Ben Johnson trying to dial it up, trying to get points for his team going into the half. Kyler Murray trying to get the snap off before the play clock expires. He scrambles, and he goes down again, another sack. by the Houston Texans, and the frustration is starting to set in. You can look at Kyler Murray's face. He's extremely frustrated. Feels like he needs some time. Montez Sweat, take a look at him coming over from the Commanders. Jared Goff looks, he fakes, and he finds a wide open, this time, he finds his receiver right there in the middle of the field. I got to get a number on that. All right, there we got Williams. All right, here we go. We switched over to the 3rd and 12 for the Packers. Jordan Love looking, throws the ball down the field. He finds Jaden Reed in the middle of the field, so they're able to get a first down on a 3rd and long. All right, now we're switching over to the Cleveland Browns game here. Thompson Robinson in the gun. He tries to run, and he fights for the first down, and he gets it. All right, so Cleveland Browns up 7-0, trying to put some more points on the board before the half. Speaking of which, the Detroit Lions. All right, Jared Goff in the gun, dumps it down to Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs tries to get out of bounds. Does he get out of bounds? And no, he does not. The clock is still continuing to tick. Detroit Lions have 2 timeouts. Don't know why you don't want to just take it right then and there. You call the timeout right there. You got at least 1 or 2 shots at the end zone. All right, so they were able to. Well, they gave it to him. So I guess they talked about it. He was able to get out of bounds. He wasn't pushed or forced out of bounds. So let's see what we got. Jared Goff on a blitz. Okay, they dump it down again to Jahmyr Gibbs. He has a convoy in front of him. All right, now you can call the timeout. So, I mean, when you got 2 timeouts, I mean, everything is at your disposal. It's not like you got to play the sidelines or you have to worry about the clock. So they still have a full arsenal for as far as their playbook. But that was a good dump down by Jared Goff. You had a convoy offensive lineman right out there in front of you. And he was able to get some extra yards right there. So first thing, he was able to get to a 1st and goal. So can the Detroit Lions get 6 instead of 3? We'll see. As we take a look at the Cleveland Browns and Thompson Robinson. All right, now we're switching back over to the Green Bay Packers game. This is a handoff to Aaron Jones, who gets a few yards there. There's still about 3 minutes left in that Green Bay game. All right, here we go. We're switching over to the Detroit Lions. 1st and goal, trying to get 6 points before the half. Here we go. Jared Goff looks, and he just kind of throws the ball away. So you got about 6 seconds left on the clock. So it looks like they're probably going to go for the field goal there. All right, so switching back over to the Cleveland Browns, up 7-0 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Got the ball close to the red zone, and this is completed to Njoku. Everybody knows Njoku's story a few weeks ago. House caught on fire, man, and everybody know he had those really serious burns, and he still played, man. What a tough guy. I mean, you get burned, the day before you actually have to play a game and still play. All right, Jared Goff hands the ball off. This just looks like a run to Jahmyr Gibbs. Once again, they have a timeout. Pretty sure they're going to use it. Sets up 3rd and goal. I don't know what's going on with the clock. First it says 33 seconds, then it say 1 minute. I mean, what's going on with the Detroit game? Are they trying to give them some more time to score? I don't know. All right. But anyway, Njoku, tight end, doing it for a long time for the Cleveland Browns. Tough individual. Like I said, man, dealing with those 2nd and 3rd degree burns, still out there playing. All right, here we go. Thompson Robinson again getting the start today, the rookie out of UCLA. Here we go. And here's the catch by the Cleveland Browns receiver Moore, and it looks like Elijah Moore got the first down. And they do a hurry up, and Thompson Robinson spikes the ball right there with about 16 seconds left. So they're trying to get into the end zone. No timeouts left. We got a quadruple box going right now. And a pass down there to Sam Howell, tried to get the ball to the end zone. Got Jared Goff, tried to throw the pass, tried to thread the needle. And did he catch that pass? And Amon-Ra St. Brown with a really tough catch right there, man. He was able to catch it, as of right now, I'm pretty sure they're going to take a look at it. But as of right now, they're ruling that a touchdown. Oh, that is a touchdown, man. What a catch by Amon-Ra St. Brown. All right, here we go. Njoku. Good back shoulder fade right there by Thompson Robinson, and Njoku just could not get his hand on the football. Sam Howell dumps the ball off. It is caught by Terry McLaurin, and he takes a vicious hit, but he's still able to get the first down, holding on to the football. Good catch by Terry McLaurin. Anybody else probably would have, dropped that ball the way he got hit. All right, upper right-hand screen, we had Evan Ingram. He completed caught a pass. That sets up 3rd and 2. We see Doug Peterson, the coach that the Saints should have got. He calls a timeout. Switching back to the Cleveland Browns game, no timeouts. This is a 3rd and goal. Tries to throw the ball up, and good coverage. Joey Porter Jr. getting the coverage, and that's going to set up 4th down for the Cleveland Browns. So I'm pretty sure they're going to kick a field goal, try to get 3 points before the half. Derek Nola says, TJ, I remember you talking about the fact that not firing Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael was going to set the team back between 3 to 5 years. Yeah, I mean, look, I still don't think it's the best decision, but man, it's just one of those things, man. You just don't understand why the team just actually just completely just tries to subject themselves to mediocrity. I guess they just okay with it. I guess they okay with it. They feel like they're close, but you ain't winning nothing with those guys. I think we all know that. Yeah, you'll probably get some good moments to make you feel good, and probably have a couple, Saints fans that just want to be contrarians and just say, oh, man, see, I told y'all, man, they can win with DA. But in reality, they ain't winning nothing. Dallas Cowboys, 1st and goal. Hands off to Tony Pollard, somebody that needs a touchdown in a major way. 33 seconds left. They got all 3 timeouts. So you can do it pretty much whatever you want right there. I'm pretty sure the Dallas Cowboys are probably about to go up 17 to nothing? Or is it 17 to 3? I got to go back and check. Okay, Brandon McManus. Chip shot field goal right here. 25 yards. All right, this will put the Jacksonville Jaguars up 13-0, and that kick is good. All right, now we have in the red zone, the commander, Sam Howell, on a 2nd and goal, scrambles, fights, spins, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. That was a touchdown. Sam Howell, tough pass right there. Little bit of some fisticuffs right there. I think the offense of the Commanders taking exception to the little bit of extra that was put on their quarterback. Dak Prescott throws the ball, and it is almost picked off by Dante Jackson in the red zone. Would have been huge. Could have been huge, man. Definitely want to get a stop right there. It's 10-3, 10-3 with the Dallas Cowboys. Dak was looking for CeeDee Lamb right there. Can make an argument that could have been pass interference, but it wasn't. Sam Howell is still on the ground, and it looks like he's okay. Yeah, you don't want to see that, especially how well Sam Howell has been playing this season. I mean, it was clearly a touchdown. I mean, you can see. I mean, he basically sped, and he was able to cross the plane right there. I mean, it's a touchdown right there. I mean, play pretty much over. But the Giants, I mean, the way the season has been going, a lot of frustration out there on the field. But the man scored. I mean, he crossed the plane. But the refs, you got to do your job there. You got to blow the whistle. You got to blow the whistle there. You got the line judge right there. Like she should have blew the whistle when she seen him cross the plane there. So I mean, don't want him to take a unnecessary hit. All right, Jordan Love dumps it down, and Williams get the first down. And it looks like he's no, excuse me, my bad. This is Wilson. Okay, Wilson. Man, looks like he hurt his shoulder on this. He looks like he is in pain. All right, 3rd and goal for the Dallas Cowboys. Dak in the gun. All right, we got a shift from Ferguson. Empty backfield. Here we go. Dak throws the ball up. He dumps it off, and a wide open CeeDee Lamb for the touchdown. So CeeDee gets the touchdown, and the Cowboys are up 16-3 over the Carolina Panthers. Man, if you're a Carolina Panthers fan, I mean, what can you do? I mean, you get a new coach, got a new quarterback, got a new system, and he's not generating those results. I mean, man, tough season for the Carolina Panthers there. Saying right on, looks like a touchdown, touchdown Cowboys. You see, Lamar Jackson went down, and I started praying. Yeah, I mean, he all right though. I mean, he took a few. I don't even think he took a series off. I think he was just dealt with a little bit of injuries. But that entire game for the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals, a lot of key injuries. I mean, Joe Burrow out for the year. You got Mark Andrews out for the year. Lamar Jackson, you're concerned about him. I mean, just a rough game, to watch. But it also just gives a lot of these football players even more of a gripe while you're playing on Thursday night, right? I mean, you're playing in such a short week, and guys already probably nicked up from Sunday, and you got to go back out there and play 3 days later, or 4 days later, rather. And it's not ideal. But anyway, okay, so it's still the second quarter. Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud was under center, scrambles, looks, throws the ball deep, tries to get the ball, and it is wide open, and that looks like Tank Dell for the touchdown. So C.J. Stroud with 2 first-half touchdowns, continuing to impress. And Tank Dell, another guy, played at the University of Houston, playing in a place where he went to school. Oh man, I mean, had the cornerback on skates, and what a catch. I mean, leaping up in the air, coming down with the football. I mean, know that you were going to take a tough fall right there. Still managed to get the touchdown. Houston Texans all up on the Arizona Cardinals. Look at Josh Jacobs handing the ball off. Definitely not the season he had last year where he was leading the league in rushing yards. I mean, the offensive line and Josh Jacobs just don't seem to be on the same page. All right, as we look at Riverboat Ron Rivera, could be one of those situations where Commanders going a different direction after the season based on the fire sale. Martez Sweat and Chase Young seem like they're trying to go in a different direction there. So probably won't involve Ron Rivera. Aiden O'Connell looks almost had a completion to Davante Adams right there. It looked like the ball was tipped. So they're going to set up a 3rd and 7. As we take a rewind, take a look at Tua Tagovailoa here. Throws, and it was caught, and the ball was fumbled, and it was picked up by the Raiders. So Raiders being opportunistic on defense right there. And, that was one of those situations where, the game could have got out of hand. I mean, the momentum was shifting in Miami's direction, and for them to be able to force that fumble, that's getting the momentum back. So worst case scenario, you come away from this with a field goal. Aiden O'Connell throws the ball, and he tries to get it to Davante Adams. Good coverage right there by the secondary of the Miami Dolphins. All right, we look at Jordan Love. Jordan Love tries to dump it off to Aaron Jones, and it goes absolutely nowhere. Chargers able to stop him right there to set up 2nd down with 21 seconds left in the first half. Thank you to everybody for being here. Those that are in the chat, those that are watching, really do appreciate it. Shouts out to Josh Johnson. To TJ was good. What's going on, man? All right, we got an extra point right there, and that puts the Vegas Raiders within 1 of the Miami Dolphins. Right now, the score is 14-13. 13, excuse me. And I apologize, man, if I sound like kind of funny. I actually went to the dentist the other day, and I had to get my tooth fixed, and they numbed my mouth. So what I didn't realize, when they did it, it takes a while for the Novocaine to kind of wear off. I was actually biting my tongue and didn't even realize. I guess because, where they numbed it at, my tongue was kind of numb. So when that Novocaine wore off, my goodness, had a huge cut on the side of my tongue, man. So when I talk, sometimes it hits the side of my mouth or my teeth, and it is painful. It is absolutely painful. So I apologize if I sound a little slurred. And Green Bay Packers use their final timeout here. So got about 15 seconds left. Still got a chance for a few more plays, depending on how you call them. All right. And we got a double box here. We got the Giants. They're not in the red zone, but they're probably like on a 29 here. Tim DeVito in a gun on a 2nd and 5. DeVito tries to scramble and he gets sacked. So, man, I mean, just relentless are the Commanders right now. I mean, they're definitely probably playing more inspired, seeing your quarterback get hit like that. Yeah, you definitely don't want to see that. Jordan Love on the 3rd and 8 tries to throw the ball, and he tries to get it to Romeo Doubs here. Or is that Watson? He tried to get it to Watson. All right, so he tried to get it to Watson. And did he? Did he make the catch? All right. And he did not make that catch. Absolutely not. Not a foot in bounds. I don't know what the line judge saw in that. For you even to put 1st and goal on the screen, that just absolutely egregious. Well, they're going to set up for another Carlson field goal. He missed the one from 52. So hopefully he can get that one in. Tim DeVito had time and he delivers it. He tries to get it to Darius Slayton. It would have been a tough catch. Just couldn't come down with it. And yeah, that was a business decision catch right there. And he decided to go with business on that one. I mean, he took a real tough hit right there. My thing is, okay, so he knows, like he's trying to brace for impact right here. You know you're gonna get hit, so you might as well catch the football. Like you can tell he was bracing for the impact, and he made a business decision there. But he seems like he's a little hurt right there. All right, Giants punt on a 4th and 12. Not the best punt I've ever seen. High but short. So this gives the Commanders a real good opportunity to come away with points here. I mean, if you're not going to get a touchdown, you can at least get a field goal to put you within 2 going into the half. All right, we see Sam Howell coming back to the field, so that's a good thing. Last time we saw him, he was scrambling for a touchdown, and he took a real big hit right there. It caused a little bit of a melee. But he's back in the game right now. Sam Howell, once again, leading the league in passing yards. All right, Sam Howell coming out of North Carolina was pretty decent there, man. Pretty decent. I was shocked that, he didn't get a lot of buzz coming out of North Carolina. He's pretty good. He's in a gun right now on the 1st and 10 with about 1:10 left. And he gets the snap off. He tries to hand it off to the running back. And I mean, that goes absolutely nowhere. I mean, Pringle, like, man, you ain't getting nothing with that. A lot of jarring right now. Ever since that huge hit on Sam Howell, like both teams are, a little, been kind of chippy. It's been a real chippy game there. Okay, Sam Howell snaps the ball off. He tries to fake, and he is sacked, brought down by Kayvon Thibodeaux. All right, so that, man, still got 2 timeouts. I'm pretty sure you're going to use one of those. All right. Kayvon Thibodeaux, I mean, look, if you might want to block the best pass rusher on your opponent's team. I mean, he came by as free as salvation on that one right there. Yeah, you got to block for the guy. At least block for him. Lady T said, I hope the Panthers win. Man, you must really hate the Cowboys. You gotta really despise the Cowboys if you want Carolina to win. Man, why do they keep on showing this fight? It's not like somebody got ejected. We get it. We understand. We understand like they got into a fight. Wow. Fights happen in football. A lot of ego, a lot of adrenaline, a lot of testosterone out there. We get it. Like they ain't never seen a fight. I seen worse. All right, here we go. 35 seconds left. Sam Howell dumps it off. And don't get much on that one. Is that Dotson? Yeah, but anyway, you didn't get much on that play. I don't know. Maybe wasn't the smartest decision ever, but I guess they're going to like take it into the half. So right now the Giants are up 14-9 over the Washington Commanders. So got to give credit to the Giants. I mean, coming back after that embarrassing, humiliating loss last week to the Cowboys, now trying to, get a victory over another division rival, the Washington Commanders. All right, so week 11, we got the Cowboys up 17-3, Detroit up 14-10 over the Bears, Houston up over Arizona 21-10. You got the Dolphins up on the Raiders 14-13. Cleveland up on the Steelers, who don't have any points, 10-0. Tied at 10 going into the half between the Chargers and the Packers. Jacksonville up 13-0. And of course, once again, the Giants are up over the Washington Commanders by a score of 14-9. So those are your early slate games right there, everyone. Shouts out to everybody that's here, whether you're tuning in on the State of the Saints or you're tuning in on the Gumbo Pie Sports podcast YouTube channel. I really do appreciate it. I'm probably going to go ahead and take some phone calls going into the half, try to see what you all have to say for those that are actually tuning in right now. See what you all have to say. I mean, the floor is yours. What do you all think about the first slate of games that they have out right now? Which game are you watching? Which game are you interested in? Would love to hear from you. Okay, and coming up at the second slate of games, we have the Buccaneers against the 49ers. They will be traveling to Santa Clara, take on the 49ers in that one. You got the Jets and the Bills. Both teams are trying to figure it out. Buffalo Bills struggled. They decided to fire their offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, after the Monday night game versus the Denver Broncos, who've been playing really well lately. And you got the NFC West. You have the Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams right there. The Rams are trying to get a win. Then, of course, you have Sunday night. You have the Broncos taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Josh Dobbs trying to continue that magic that he's had over the last couple of weeks. And we have Devin Singletary actually running a football right here. Big run right there on the first and 10 coming out the half. So the Detroit Lions trying to wake up, kind of keeping the Chicago Bears in the game. Let's see if they could actually, put the foot to the accelerator here. You don't want to keep your division rival in the game if they're struggling. You don't want to keep a team that's struggling in a game. Jared Goff in a gun tries to throw it low, and it is incomplete. He tried to fit it in there, but just couldn't do it. A lot of turnovers in this game. Luckily, they actually are playing the Bears. The Bears. I mean, Jared Goff has turned the ball over twice. I mean, 3 times in the first half if you count the fumble. Second and 10, they're in the gun. You got St. Brown in motion. They hand it off to David Montgomery there. He gets about 8 yards on the play. Back in the second half, we have the Browns and the Steelers. The Browns will be playing defense. Pittsburgh will get the ball to start the second half. Take a look at the offensive line of the Detroit Lions, one of the best in the game right now, as Detroit tries to convert on the 3rd and 2. Jared Goff in the gun, Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield alongside him. He tries to throw it, and he is sacked. It looks like Montez Sweat and crew able to bring him down. Sanborn will get credited for the sack. But the Bears get the pressure on Jared Goff to get them off the field. I mean, that was a promising drive. You had David Montgomery, rather. He was trying to, he had a big run to open up the second half, and the Chicago Bears were able to keep him at bay. Detroit is on upset alert right now. I mean, where the Bears are playing, they're on upset alert, no doubt about it. Jermaine says, TJ, I don't like the Panthers, but I hope they beat the Cowgirls. Well, I guess you can look at it that way, since there's nothing really. Oh, man, a big-time run. And he looked like he's going to take that all the way for the touchdown. The Pittsburgh Steelers, after scoring 0 points, they decided to get the ball to Jaylen Warren, who has been the bright spot of that offense. And he's able to take the ball 75 freaking yards for the touchdown. Greg Newsome whips on a tackle, and that was it. I mean, it was, all he had to do was just outrun the defenders, and he just takes that to the house. 75 yards for Jaylen Warren. So if you got Jaylen Warren in fantasy football, you're extremely happy right now. And the extra point is good. So the Pittsburgh Steelers cut into Cleveland's lead 7-10. Big run right there by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Runner gets about 8 yards on that play. As they take a look at the first half possessions for the Jacksonville Jaguars, you got a punt, a touchdown, and 2 field goals. So, if you're going to get the ball, at least you're coming away with points. All right. But you also want to come away with 6 more times than not. But it's not that's not bad as far as possession wise. All right. 2nd and 1 for Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars, up 13-0 over the Tennessee Titans. And he throws the ball off to Calvin Ridley. And Calvin Ridley is able to get a first down right there. He needed 1 yard. He got 2. So Calvin Ridley making some noise in this game, man. After, like I said, having some issues with communication and being on the same page with Trevor Lawrence, seems like those two are starting to come together. And if they can come together, man, look out. Man, look out. I mean, because they already got a lot of talented guys. You got Evan Ingram out there. You got Christian Kirk. You got Travis Etienne. I mean, a lot of talented guys. All right, here comes the play action. This time he dumps it off to his tight end. And this is Farrell. And Farrell was able to get another first down. So Jacksonville gets 2 first downs on his drive. Very promising drive right here. Press Taylor, offensive coordinator of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Middle of the pack team. I mean, if you're not going to be the best, I mean, you might want to just fall into that, mid-range category. Means that you can get hot at any minute. All right, here we go. On a 1st and 10, here's the dump off. This is to Johnson. Johnson tries to get around the side, and he gets about 1 yard. So this is going to set up 2nd and 9 for the Jacksonville Jaguars with about 12 minutes left in the third quarter. Plenty of time for Tennessee to be able to get back into this game. But right now, they're going to need some stops. They cannot allow Jacksonville to get into the end zone. I mean, like I said, plenty of time, but time is running out. On a 2nd and 9 here, Trevor Lawrence is in a gun. You got Tennessee in zone here. All right. And he sees nobody. And Trevor Lawrence just tries to take off, gets about 6 yards. Switching over to the Chicago Bears and Detroit Lions game, Justin Fields handed it off to Foreman. And Foreman gets around the side and gets the first down on the 2nd and 5, but he is slow to get up. Looks like he's in some pain. Hate to see that, man. Deontay Foreman has been really, really good, man. I mean, very, very talented running back, very underrated. Kind of falls into that like Latavius Murray type category where people don't really appreciate their skills, but always effective no matter who they play for. All right, Trevor Lawrence on a 3rd and 4. Play clock is at 1, and he calls a timeout right before the play clock expires. And he seems very upset, so I don't know if the call wasn't called from the sidelines or what happened. I don't know. But anyway, switching gears, back in the second half, we have the Houston Texans and the Arizona Cardinals. And Houston has the ball on a 3rd and 1. They hand it off. This is to Devin Singletary. He needed 1. He gets a lot more than that. So he gets down the sideline, big time run. And he's able to get the first down and more. Devin Singletary running really hard in this game. And the Arizona Cardinals coaching staff is not happy. But you got to give credit to the offensive line. I mean, and also the wide receiver and tight ends on the outside. Look, plays like those toss plays do not happen if your tight ends and your wide receivers aren't getting blocks on the outside. So credit to those wide receivers, man, taking that assignment very, very serious. All right, now as we get back, coming off the timeout, Jacksonville on 3rd and 4, trying to convert, hand the ball off, and they do not get it. They tried to run the ball with Johnson, and Johnson gets absolutely nothing on that play. I don't know. Maybe they need to second guess that one. Should have probably threw the ball. Thompson Robinson and the Cleveland Browns are trying to respond to that big time run by Jaylen Warren, a 75-yard touchdown. Thompson Robinson scrambles. He's looking. He's going to take it himself. And on 3rd and 10, I think he may have been a little bit short. Looked like a little bit short. But that's a decision for the Cleveland Browns. Will they be able to, go for it on 4th down? Will they do it? We'll see. Trevor Lawrence doesn't see anybody, tries to dump it off, and he hands it off to Johnson. And Johnson, almost gets into the end zone, but he gets into the red zone, and that's going to put the ball at about the 4 to 5 yard line. Good awareness right there by Trevor Lawrence. All right, switching back to the Houston Texans game, C.J. Stroud on a play action, tries to go deep, and he just gets absolutely tattooed by the safety, and C.J. Stroud is slow to get up. Definitely not what you want to see if you're a Houston Texans fan. He took that shot because he was definitely trying to throw that ball down the field. So it left his midsection area exposed. Man, you don't want to see that. Those are the type of hits that you do not like. And Trevor Lawrence, I don't know if there was a miscommunication on that play or not, but he tried to keep it himself and he slips down, so he loses a yard there. Good to see C.J. Stroud is okay, but it is 3rd and 17 for the Houston Texans. He tries to scramble. He throws the ball, and it is caught. Tank Dell on a 3rd and 17, needed 17 yards and got 18 of them things. Tank Dell just slowly starting to become one of the go-to guys for C.J. Stroud in his rookie season out of Houston. 2nd and goal for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Play clock's at 3. Gets the snap off. Trevor Lawrence looking. Scrambles a little bit. He runs, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Trevor Lawrence showing that he can not only just throw the ball down the field, but you give him a chance, he can scramble. He's a tough guy. And he gets into the end zone, and that is not what you wanted to see if you are a Tennessee Titan fan. Jacksonville get into the end zone, and pending an extra point, this is going to put them up 20-0. The athleticism of Trevor Lawrence right there. I mean, extending the ball. I mean, he is 6'6", but still. He extends the ball out, and the extra point by McManus is good. Looked like a little bit of a fight, but all right, here we go. Here's the handoff. This off to the tight end. All right, there we got Kareem Hunt back in a Cleveland Browns uniform. Spent a little bit of time on the street, but going back to the team that he was with for about 3 seasons. Third down and 11 for the Houston Texans. 21-10. Houston Texans over the Arizona Cardinals right now. The Cardinals need to get the Houston Texans off the field, okay? You cannot allow them to convert a 3rd and 17 and then possibly a 3rd and 11. We'll see. C.J. Stroud looking. And the pass is caught, but it is short of the 1st down. So Arizona does get the stop there. As we switch over to the Miami Dolphins game, who is back from the half, Tua goes deep to a wide open Jalen Waddle, but he just overthrows him, and it is picked off by the Raiders. Man, Tua wants that pass back. I mean, you had Jalen Waddle wide open, too much air on that pass. I mean, and that was more like a punt. All right, here we go. 48-yard field goal by the Houston Texans to put them up 24-10. It's up, snap, kick, play it, and it is no good. No good. So after all that, after converting a 3rd and 17, after that big run by Devin Singletary, Arizona still has life but they got to get into the end zone. Thompson Robinson, shotgun, throws the pass, and it is almost picked off by the Steelers. Corner jumped in front of the pass, man. But that's the reason why they play defense. If you can catch, you'll be a wide receiver. But man, good effort right there. You know, that's what you want to see. Like, if you're not going to come away with the football, at least you're putting that effort out. And they tried to go deep with Scott. Justin Fields not happy, felt like it should have been a pass interference call. He getting upset with his offensive lineman as well. That's definitely not what you want to see. Quarterback yelling at his offensive lineman. Something must have went wrong there. And here we go. Justin Fields in a gun. Hands the ball off. This time they give it off to Johnson. Johnson been coming in as of late, providing that a little bit of a change of pace to the running back position right there. So, especially when D'Onta Foreman, don't know the status of him. So it might be Johnson all the way. Dak Prescott in the gun. Delivers the ball. Caught by Brandon Cooks, who had a monster game last week. Almost 200 yards receiving. So this might be Johnson. This might be Johnson all the way here. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Down 14-10. And it looks like it's going to be a false start. So I talked a little bit about Justin Fields being upset with his offensive lineman. That's not going to keep him in the good graces of Justin Fields. Don't seem like they're on the same page there. All right. Second half for the Commanders and the Giants. All right, here we go. Big run right there. Oh, and the ball was fumbled, picked up by the Giants. So coming out the half, the Commanders were trying to cut into the lead. And Pringle tries to run the ball out, and he fumbles it. So the Giants coming out of the half get opportunity to put more points on the board to make it tough for the Commanders. All right, you're taking a look at the Chargers and the Packers. One thing about the Chargers, they're an exciting football team. They keep it interesting. So if you're a Charger fan, I'm pretty sure you gotta have some blood pressure medication sitting next to you after all these games. Justin Herbert in the red zone, in the gun, throws the pass off. This is to Derek Davis right there. Davis, rookie out of TCU, ran one of the fastest 40s at the combine. As we take a rewind to see how they got into the red zone, we see Justin Herbert scrambling, running, evading defenders, and getting the ball down to the 5. All right, so it's 3rd and goal for the Chargers. Look, you had that big time run. You got to cash it in. We got Keenan Allen in motion here. Justin Herbert in a gun. Snaps the ball. He looks wide open. Wait a minute. Keenan Allen again. Wide open and just drops the pass. Very uncharacteristic of Keenan Allen. I don't know if he's cold because they're in Lambeau or what, but the ball hit him right in the chest. Very uncharacteristic of Keenan Allen. One of the best wide receivers in the game for a long time. A dependable receiver, and just dropped the pass there. Won't see that very often. Cameron Dicker for a 26-yard field goal to put the Chargers up by 3. It's up, and it is good. So didn't get 6, but you got 3. And right now the Chargers are up 13-10 over the Green Bay Packers. Here we go. 3rd and 11. Johnson needed 11 yards, and he doesn't get it. I don't know. I don't understand. 3rd and 11. Why are you running the football? All right, here we go. Will Levis in the Tennessee Titans trying to put some points on the board. He throws the ball, tries to dump it off. This is Tyjae Spears. Tyjae tries to fight, but it's just to no avail. He still can't get the first down. Relentless pursuit right there by Jacksonville Jaguars. Just said, we are not giving you this. Cairo Santos with a 53-yard field goal attempt is up, and it is good. He probably could have made that from 60. So right now, the Bears are down by 1, 14-13, trailing the Detroit Lions. Here's the handoff. James Conner and he gets flipped and front flipped to a first down. So James Conner, former Pittsburgh Steeler, everybody kind of knows his story, former cancer survivor, doing it. As we look at a little bit of a replay from Tyreek Hill's touchdown on that quick slant there, he comes back into the game. He was dealing with an injury early in the first half. All right, here we go. It's the play action. Tua looks, throws the ball down the field. This is complete to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill tries to make someone miss, but he did get the first down. I mean, if you don't count the touchdown, I mean, Tyreek Hill has been relatively quiet. So you got to give credit to the Raiders. Got to give credit to the Raiders for keeping him at bay in the first half, but don't seem like that's the same case because he just got 2 consecutive passes, and now the Miami Dolphins, they're flirting with the red zone right now. So they got 14 10-plus yard plays, which is no surprise when you got Tyreek freaking Hill. Raheem Mostert. Those yards are tough to come by today. The defensive front of the Raiders are just motivated right now. They're trying to stop the run. And also, you got to give credit to the secondary, too. I mean, a lot of these passes that Tua are throwing, there's some good passes, man. But these members of the Raiders secondary, they're jumping in front of them. They're jumping in front of them, man. And that's what you want to see. That's how you make a play. That's how you show that you have a desire to do it. All right, you got a mod in motion. There's a play action. Tries to dump it off. They dump it off to it looks like that was Wilson, but Wilson gets absolutely nothing on that play. As we switch over to the Houston Texans, Arizona, Kyler Murray is faced with a 3rd and 6. See what he does. It's a shotgun play, of course. He scrambles. He gets away from Will Anderson, which is going to be an automatic first down because he grabbed him by the face mask. But Kyler Murray still be able to scramble to get the first down, but it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, so I'm pretty sure they're probably going to accept this penalty because he only got about 8 yards. So Will Anderson tries to get the sack, but he ends up grabbing a face mask, which I don't agree with. I mean, he didn't grab the face mask. Hand just kind of slapped him in the face mask. I didn't see too much of a grip there, but Will Anderson, he has been all over the field today. And Jeffrey Simmons, for the Tennessee Titans, it's been a tough season for them, but he is a bright spot. Tries to get the ball to Cedric Wilson, and Wilson just could not get it. So it sets up a 4th down for Miami. So I don't know. I think they're more than likely going to try a field goal attempt there. Kyler Murray, 1st and goal, tries to hand the ball off to James Conner. James Conner tries to reverse field, and he loses about 2 yards. So Houston Texans defense stepping up. All right, here we go. 50-yard field goal attempt for the Dolphins here is up and no good. So the Raiders has life. The Raiders have life after a 50-yard field goal attempt by Sanders goes no good. The 2nd and goal for the Houston Texans, the Arizona Cardinals. Houston Texans trying to get the stop. Arizona needs this touchdown, man, to cut into this lead. Kyler Murray gets the ball, throws it, and the ball is batted down, and he takes a huge hit again. They do not have an answer for Will Anderson. Every time Kyler Murray snaps the ball, Will Anderson is in the backfield. Sam Howell on the shotgun, scrambles, rolls to his left, and he gets a block. He gets the first down and a little bit more down the sidelines, gets pushed out of bounds, but he gets about 20 plus on that play. 3rd and goal for the Arizona Cardinals. Houston trying to at least get a field goal attempt out of this. Arizona trying to get 6 points on the board. Kyler Murray in the gun. Doesn't seem like they're blitzing here. Kyler Murray gets out of the pocket. He runs. He scrambles. He tries to go. He skips. And he takes a huge hit. Well, he's about a yard short of the end zone. So Arizona has a tough decision to make. Are you going to go for this, or are you going to try to kick a field goal? And it looks like they're going to bring out their special teams. Oh, wait a minute. I guess they changed their mind. We got Kyler Murray back on the field on a 4th and goal. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with this right here. I mean, it's still early in the game. You kick a field goal. Well, maybe they're not. Okay, so they're going to call a timeout. They got to rethink this. But you got plenty of time left. Okay, you 2:56 left in the third quarter. You kick a field goal, put the ball that has you trailing by 8. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, and another Detroit Lions turnover. That is 4 turnovers by the Detroit Lions. 4. My goodness, man. The Detroit Lions are just keeping the Chicago Bears in this game. But back to the Arizona game. I mean, I don't know if you want to go for the touchdown now. I think you want to kick a field goal, but I digress. I mean, when you're 2-8, I mean, desperation is an understatement. All right, but you got 4th and goal. Kyler Murray in the gun. Tries to hand the ball off. Tries to do the option. And he gets in around the corner for the touchdown. So they gamble, and the gamble pays off. So Kyler Murray gets into the end zone. I mean, that was all Kyler Murray there. And again, Calvin Ridley with the touchdown. The Jacksonville Jaguars are putting foots into the Tennessee Titans. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown catch of the game. So the Jacksonville Jaguars responding after that loss last week versus the 49ers and Calvin Ridley. I mean, if a person needs a big game, it's Calvin Ridley. And they try to go for 2, and it doesn't look like it's good. It doesn't look like it's good. So Kyler Murray tries to use the RPO game, and it just does not pan out. I mean, Kyler Murray using athleticism. And that, I mean, honestly, that's a good. If you're an Arizona Cardinals fan, you got to be happy to see Kyler Murray, coming off that ACL and seeing him scramble around and run around. It got to be, it got to be a breath of fresh air to see that. How happy do the St. Brown family have to be? You got one son who's playing receiver for the Detroit Lions and the other wide receiver playing for the Chicago Bears in the same division. And Jones, who is absolutely upset right now, the offensive lineman for the Chicago Bears, you got a teammate trying to calm him down. He ain't trying to hear it. I don't know. It looks like he got benched. Did he get benched? Because he does not look happy right now. Justin Fields, he tries to scramble, tries to turn chicken-ish into chicken salad there. Gets a few yards. Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers just trying to get a drive going here. Gets the ball off to Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen, like the only bright spot of the team, goes for it on a 4th and 2. They convert. And Bryce Young, tough rookie season for him. You got to believe like his best football is ahead of him as he becomes a pro and understands the game. And also, you got to put some weapons around him also. I mean, not much out there but Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen is up there in age. So they definitely need a guy like a Marvin Harrison Jr., which they can't get because they traded their draft pick to the Chicago. They traded with the Chicago Bears for Bryce. All right, here we go. Justin Fields tries to go long, goes deep, and he finds DJ Moore in for the touchdown. So the Chicago Bears, after getting a turnover on a kick return, Justin Fields throws the ball deep to a wide open DJ Moore. Ironically, we talk about the struggles of Carolina and the guy who was the bright spot of their offense for many years, DJ Moore, scoring a touchdown with the other team that he played for the Chicago Bears. I mean, just get behind the defender right there and just hits his head on a goalpost. As we switch over, Aiden O'Connell in the gun for the Raiders. He looks, throws, and it is picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey, who started the season, man, missed a few weeks dealing with an injury. And that's almost picked off. So you had back-to-back picks. And Spillane, who, if I'm not mistaken, is leading the Raiders defense in interceptions, almost had another one from the linebacker position. So there you go. All right, we'll switch over to the Carolina Panthers Dallas Cowboys game. Once again, Carolina is just trying to get something going. Bryce Young looks, tries to throw the ball, tries to get it to his tight end. Trimble just does not work. Just not work. Tua Tagovailoa on the 3rd and 7. Tua in a gun, throws. And it's incomplete, intended for Jalen Waddle right there. So, again, Jalen Waddle and Tua not on the same page in this game. Jalen Waddle has been open a few times. Tua just missed. All right, here we go. You got Carolina going for it again. They converted a 4th and 2. Can they convert a 4th and 3? Here we go. Bryce Young in a gun. Gets the snap. He looks. And again, he tries to get the ball to Adam Thielen, and he does. And, man, right at the sticks. And the ref is going to give him the first down. So, once again, I mean, Adam Thielen, just out there just trying to make some things happen. There's not much in Carolina other than Adam Thielen as far as the offense. And everybody else is basically just trying to, get by. You got some young guys who are trying to learn how to be pros, and also offensive line has been struggling throughout the season. Tried to get the ball off to Miles Sanders, and he goes absolutely nowhere. So this is a reoccurring thing for the Carolina Panthers. Offensive line struggles continue. Switching over to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Kenny Pickett on a 4th and 1. They decide to go for it, and he does not get that at all. I mean, he did not get it. He got completely stonewalled right there. So they tried to go for the Philadelphia Eagles tush push, and did not work. I guess that's the reason why the Philadelphia Eagles are the best to do it, because it doesn't work for everybody. Also, a 2nd and 10 for Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. He throws, and he tries to get the ball to his tight end again, and just nothing. Now you got Kenny Pickett on the ground. So what's going on here? Kenny Pickett tried to fight, and it looks like, he got bent up a little bit. That's one of the worst things of some of those situations, like tush push. When you got that type of humanity trying to push and the other one trying to pull, sometimes, somebody gets hurt. Kenny Pickett helmet got ripped off on that also. 3rd and 10 for the Carolina Panthers, trying to get into the end zone. Bryce Young looks, quick pass, throws to Adam Thielen once again. I mean, who else you going to throw it to at this point? He's about a yard short, so it's going to bring up another 4th down. So what is Carolina going to do? I mean, Frank Reich calling the plays, decided to take it upon himself to do it. They're going for it on a 4th and 1 again. Can they do it 3 consecutive times? Hands the ball off to Miles Sanders, and on a 3rd consecutive 4th down, 3 times the Carolina Panthers get a first down. So, see, TJ, you ain't never think of doing a live Saints game broadcast like this? I don't know. Like, if I have more people interested, then I probably would. Well, what y'all think about these live? What y'all think about these live reactions? Let me know. Are y'all enjoying this? Because honestly, I haven't done this since maybe the Super Bowl a few years back. So I don't really do too many live reactions. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Carolina Panthers. Converted on 4th down 3 consecutive times. Once again, going back to Adam Thielen. Has been an is-all and a be-all on this drive. I mean, Adam Thielen just continuing to do it at the age of 33, 34 years old. So, all right, here we go. Field goal by Sly, and Sly gets it through. So the Commanders cut into that Giants lead 14-12. So Adam Thielen, man, my goodness. Incredible wide receiver, man. All those years with the Minnesota Vikings, now trying to provide that leadership and being a go-to guy for a young Bryce Young. All right, he's out of the game right now. On a 2nd and 5, they handed off to Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders and was able to put his foot into the ground, and it looked like he has the first down. He was right at the sticks. So that was a good cut by Miles Sanders. Probably one of the best runs I've seen him have in this game. So this has been a really good drive for the Carolina Panthers. I mean, like I said, three 4th down conversions. Let's see if somebody else can step up and make a play besides Adam Thielen, who's out of the game right now. And they throw the ball off. I think this is to Trimble, if I'm not mistaken. And the tight end Trimble gets into the end zone. So the Carolina Panthers could possibly pull within 7 pending a field goal here and a much needed touchdown. They needed that in a major way. So got to give credit to the Panthers on that one, being able to convert on 3 4th downs on this drive. So even though the Dallas Cowboys have been impressive this season, this is probably one of those drives where the defensive coordinator, Quinn, is going to look at it and be like, man, we don't need to do this again. We got to get these guys off the field. So here we go. Here goes the field goal attempt to put the Carolina Panthers within 7. Snap, placement, kick on the way, and it is good. So the Carolina Panthers are down by 7 right now to the Dallas Cowboys. And like this is shocking. Like based on what we've seen from the Cowboys last week. Okay, we got a triple reverse right here. Will Levis throws the ball down the field, and it is caught by DeAndre Hopkins for the touchdown. So on a day where it don't seem like anything is going right for the Tennessee Titans, they finally get on the board. Took a little bit of trickeration. You have Derrick Henry under center. Derrick Henry takes the snap, and he gives it to Tyjae Spears almost like on a jet sweep. Tyjae Spears throws the ball to Will Levis, who throws the ball down the field to DeAndre Hopkins. So Hopkins able to get behind Cisco, and let's see if they can actually get this extra point by Nick Kinfolk, as I like to call it. And it is good. So 27-7, at least Tennessee is on the board right now. All right, here we go. Jared Goff in a gun, throws it. And for the 3rd time in the game, Jared Goff throws yet another interception. What is going on? The Detroit Lions has been one of the best teams in the NFL this season, and they just are keeping the Cleveland Browns the Chicago Bears in the game. I'm looking at the Cleveland Browns right now. Man, that is not what good teams do. You got to be able to execute, especially against teams that are struggling. Kenny Pickett tries to scramble out of pocket, and he just throws the ball away. The defense of the Cleveland Browns has been extremely impressive. I mean, you got to give Jim Schwartz and that defense a lot of credit. Jim Schwartz wasn't the best coach, but I can tell you this. I mean, as a coordinator, you don't get no better than that. He's like in that Dennis Allen type thing when it comes to the defense. Like the guy knows what he's doing. Everybody can't be a head coach, as we know as Saints fans. But anyway, 3rd and 13 for Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got Jaylen Warren, who comes back into the backfield, and Kenny Pickett is in a gun. He gets the ball, and they are coming after him on a blitz, and he just throws the ball into the ground. So Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers could not get anything going on that drive. And you have the Chicago Bears, who are up 20-14 right now over Detroit Lions, and got really good field position here. Hand the ball off. This one, I don't think that's Johnson right there. See what that is. Can't get a number on him. Okay, so that's Herbert right there. Herbert, who was the 3rd string running back. Foreman, who got injured earlier in the game. I guess it's just Johnson and Herbert in there. But Herbert for a minute was leading the Chicago Bears in rushing yards. So here we go, a 3rd and 5. Detroit needs to stop. Chicago needs to convert to try to keep the pressure on Detroit Lions. I don't know if you might get a flag on this one, but Johnson just rolls over the safety and just gets the first down. He's fired up, and I would be too after I lured the boom like that. All right, here we go. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. He goes deep. He throws wide open. I mean, nothing but space and opportunity right there for Romeo Doubs. My goodness. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Chicago Bears, who are trying to go up by 2 scores. And they pass the ball off to DJ Moore on a wide receiver screen, and he gets about 7 on that play. A gang of Detroit Lions defenders on the tackle. The offensive line of the Chicago Bears, they've been a little bit up and down today. A lot of frustration from the offense. Justin Fields yelling at the offensive lineman. We seen Jones, come out of the game. He was extremely frustrated. Tried to get one of his teammates tried to calm him down, and it was to no avail. But right now it's a 2nd and 3 for the Chicago Bears, and if they get points right here, it can be real tough for the Detroit Lions. All right, we got a RPO, and Justin Fields slide forward. He's going to get the first down. And that's probably going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Yeah, I don't think they're going to snap this. I think they're going to go into the 4th quarter with this, and it's probably what you want. I mean, still got the ball in the 4th quarter. Are they going to snap this? No, they're not. All right, here we go. We see the tight end. Man. Okay, so tried to stay in bounds, and right now it looks like it's a touchdown, but they're going to review that. The tight end for the Green Bay Packers right now, on the ruling on the field is a touchdown, but I guess they got to see if he actually scored. And no, they didn't. He did not score, so he stepped out of bounds. So, but the good news is that the Green Bay Packers are in the red zone. Here we go, Jordan Love. He throws the ball. This is to Romeo Doubs, and Romeo Doubs probably got a yard on that one. Probably got a yard. Jordan Love has a really Herculean task of trying to replace the legend Aaron Rodgers. All right, as we switch over to Kyler Murray on a 2nd and 13, the ball is completed, and his receiver, Higgins, gets a first down. He kind of bobbled it a little bit. Could have made a case to see if he actually caught the pass or not. 2nd and 9 for the Green Bay Packers. Love in the gun. Throws the ball. He finds a wide open Watson. And Watson takes it in for the touchdown. Christian Watson. And they needed that. They needed that. Watson needed it, as well as Jordan Love, man, to build that confidence. And Jordan Love playing much better than he did last week. Turned the ball over 2 times. Today, he didn't turn the ball over at all. And now Justin Herbert and the Chargers have to respond. But the Chargers, these are the type of games that they're always in. So, Matt LaFleur, head coach of the Green Bay Packers, team is up right now. They're trying to go up by they're trying to go up by 4, and the kick is no good. The kick is no good. And just like I thought, Higgins kind of bobbled that pass right there, and I don't know if they're going to take a look at that, which is, it looks like they are. And I apologize because I got the television down. Don't want to get demonetized or anything like that, or get the feed kicked out. But anyway, Higgins, I kind of thought when I first saw that he didn't complete that pass. So that's probably going to get overturned. All right, as we see a handoff right here, and another fumble. A lot of sloppy football today. A lot of sloppy football. And Tua tries to throw a pass, and it is incomplete on a 3rd and 1. Thompson Robinson and the Cleveland Browns, And that is picked off. Tip drill. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are trying to get some momentum here. And it's picked off by Thompson Robinson, which in my opinion was not his fault. Elijah Moore just has to come down with that catch. Amari Cooper, rather. And you got to come down with that or throw the ball away. The ball was just popped up into the air, and defender of the Steelers just made a play. Sanders with a long field goal here, and it's about as true as 2+2. So right now, the Miami Dolphins are up by 7. So the Vegas Raiders have to get into the end zone. All right, they're down by 7. A touchdown will tie that game. 3rd and 13. So the play was overturned by Higgins. He did not catch the pass. So this sets up a long 3rd down for Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals, who right now are trailing 21-16 to the Houston Texans. So can the Arizona Cardinals drive down the field and take the lead over the red-hot Houston Texans team? If not, you might have a chance for a field goal. But I know Arizona, they want 6 points instead of 3. So here we go. Kyler Murray in the gun. And they hand the ball off. What in the world? But, I mean, he made it very interesting right there. The back gets about 11. All right, so here we go. 40-yard attempt for the Chicago Bears here. Cairo Santos. And that is good. So the Chicago Bears are up 23-14 with 14-12 left in the fourth. So time is slowly starting to run out on the Detroit Lions. Dallas Cowboys are up 17-10. You have Chicago Bears once again 23-14. Houston over Arizona 21-16. And you got Miami Dolphins over the Raiders 20-13. Close game, Cleveland and Pittsburgh 10-7. Christian Watson with the go-ahead touchdown, got Green Bay leading the Chargers, and Jacksonville all over the Tennessee Titans 27-7. And you also have a really close game between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Giants up 14-12. So on a 4th and 3, Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals try to go for it, and they get the completion, but he will not get the first down. So a questionable call by the Arizona Cardinals. My goodness, man. I mean, it's 12 minutes left in the game. Why in the world are you going for it on a 4th and 3 when you could have easily tried to kick at least a 42-yard field goal right there, and you would have been within 3 in plenty of time? I mean, your defense been playing pretty well today. Saquon Barkley breaking free down the sidelines. And just a big-time run for Saquon Barkley and the Giants, who have a 2-point lead right now. We switch gears to the Jacksonville Jaguars all over Tennessee Titans 27-7, trying to add to this lead. Trevor Lawrence tries to scramble, hands the ball off. This pass is off to Jones. And Jones gets a few yards on that play. If I'm not mistaken, his name is Tim Jones. One of the best names in the business. One of the best names ever, Tim Jones. But anyway, look, Jacksonville looks really, really impressive today. And what a way to respond after that, after that loss last week. Read some of y'all comments, man. Joshua says, love it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Says, another pick. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Detroit just struggling right now. Saints might have a chance with Detroit if their quarterback keeps with the picks. Yeah, I mean, and it's a home game. Yeah. But what a difference, Justin Fields makes. Justin Fields makes a huge difference, a very, very huge difference right here. Travis Etienne completes the pass, sets up 3rd down, gets a few yards. Pittsburgh punts the ball here on a 4th and 8. And, Cleveland has to respond. They have to pull away here. I mean, there's still plenty of time left. It's 52 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. But still, I mean, you want to be able to put some points on the board. You got to put some points on the board in order for you to, separate yourself from the pack here. I mean, you don't want to keep on lingering around. It's pretty apparent that Cleveland's defense is just too much for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the offense has to respond too. So what we got here, okay? And it looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers punter may have came down wrong on his ankle there. So that's unfortunate. All right, the Chargers are in the red zone, trailing 16-13 to the Packers. All right, Justin Herbert in a gun, looks, throws, and completes to his big tight end, Parham Jr., former basketball player. I mean, what a big target, 6'7". I mean, that is a huge target for Justin Herbert in the middle of the field right there. He's starting to come on, man. Really starting to make some noise here. All right. First and goal for the Chargers. Herbert in a gun. And almost he tries to get the ball to Keenan Allen, but throws it behind him, so it's incomplete. Sets up second and goal. All right, we got a run from the Jacksonville Jaguars from Bigsby, and they needed 1 yard and they got it. That's going to set up first and goal. So Jacksonville trying to add on to it already, from the looks of it, an insurmountable lead when you look at the time that's left. 8 minutes left in the game. So Jacksonville looks like they're going to get their 7th win of the season. Meanwhile, the Chargers on the goal line, second and goal, hands the ball off. Austin Ekeler trips, slips, fumbles. And it looks like the Green Bay Packers could be. Let's see if we can get a official call from the line judge there. And the Green Bay Packers get the ball. My goodness. That is not what you wanted to see if you are the Chargers. You are on the 4-yard line. Austin Ekeler. It was a bad exchange between him and Justin Herbert. Ekeler trips and fumbles the football, and it's recovered by the Packers, who have a 3-point lead. My goodness. Tim DeVito and the Giants are trying to add to their lead. He hands off to Saquon Barkley, and yet again for the second time, Saquon Barkley with his second receiving touchdown of the game. And not to mention, he's the one that set it up. And speaking of second touchdown, we got Trevor Lawrence scrambling for his second rushing touchdown today. So you have 2 touchdowns back-to-back here. You have Saquon Barkley, who catches the pass for a touchdown, and then you have Trevor Lawrence taking it himself for the touchdown. But let's see. Yes, that's a touchdown. He extended the ball again, but that's the benefit of being 6'6". Get a chance. You have the long arm, that long wingspan, able to extend that ball out. And Trevor Lawrence taking it himself. 33-7 right now. All right, so Dante Jackson looks like he left the game. I don't know the severity of that, but the Cowboys are in the red zone. Tony Pollard up the middle, lowers the shoulder, fights for extra yards, and it is a touchdown as of right now, but there is a flag on a play. So we got to get an official call, but it looks like Tony Pollard actually scored a touchdown, and it looks like it's probably going to be holding against the defense. So this touchdown is going to stand. So Tony Pollard, who has been struggling to find the end zone, seems to have found it on that play, and the Cowboys extend the lead 23-10. Tony Pollard, I mean, good offensive line work right there, opening a hole in order for Tony Pollard to get through. Tony Pollard fights for the extra yards. He really wanted that touchdown right there. Aiden O'Connell fighting, and he ends up getting, did he get sacked? Yeah, he gets sacked. The ref blew the whistle. So you got Phillips in on a sack for the Miami Dolphins. And the Raiders right now, they're trying to tie this game. And so there was a meeting at the quarterback right there between Phillips and Bradley Chubb. I mean, Bradley Chubb was like he was able to get it. They're probably going to be sharing that sack. Kenny Pickett with a free play tries to put the ball up. to George Pickens, who clearly was out of bounds. He probably thought he still had 2 feet in bounds. Good effort, though. He still caught the pass, but he was out of bounds. That's going to set up 3rd and 13. Looks like him and Greg Newsome are trying to join a little bit. The 2 guys that are very, very passionate about their positions there. And it looks like Myles Garrett jumped. And that was a free play. So 3rd and 13 there. 3rd and 13 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they need to get the ball into the end zone as well. I mean, Kenny Pickett right here, 3rd and 13. Here we go. In the gun. Hands the ball off to Jaylen Warren, who has 2 defenders. 2 offensive linemen. So, yeah, he's able to get that first down on a 3rd and 13. So, Jaylen Warren having a monster game today. Had that big 75-yard run earlier in the game. And now on a 3rd and 13, he was able to convert thanks to his offensive lineman leading him as far as those blocks. So now we got Bryce Young and Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young looking. And it is intercepted. And it looks like Bland. House call. Touchdown. And the Dallas Cowboys, DaRon Bland, who has been Mr. Ball Hawk all season long, takes it to the house, and the frustration from the Carolina Panthers continue. But I can tell you who's not frustrated. The Houston Texans right now. Nico Collins almost had that touchdown. Bryce Young trying to make a play, trying to get the ball to his receiver. It looks like it was Jonathan Mingo he was trying to get the ball to, and DaRon Bland just jumped in front of him right there. That was just a guy who just wanted that play, and he was able to take it to the house. So 31, wait a minute, and it's no good. So 30-10. Cowboys missed the extra point. CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans on the 2nd and 10 in the red zone. Dumps the ball off, and that is intercepted. A little bit of a tip drill. And that is what you wanted if you are the Arizona Cardinals. Barnes with the interception, the linebacker. CJ Stroud, yet again, another red zone interception. That is one of those places where you do not want to turn the ball over. So that is 2 red zone interceptions by CJ Stroud. Now, you can make an argument, once again, it's not his fault. The wide receiver has to catch the pass. The ball was tipped up into the air. But signs of life for the Arizona Cardinals. The Pittsburgh Steelers right now, 1st and 10. Kenny Pickett hands the ball off. This is to Najee Harris, who I haven't really heard his name throughout this game. It's been more like the Jaylen Warren show. So I don't know, man. Jaylen Warren has been impressive. He's the young guy. And Najee Harris is supposed to be that battering ram, but he has not found the same level of success as Jaylen Warren. And you can tell the Pittsburgh Steelers have noticed that. And Mike Tomlin seems like he's giving more snaps to Jaylen Warren. And they hand it off to Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren breaks through the middle and breaks a tackle. Gets to the outside, stiff arms a man, and he is, man, what a run by Jaylen Warren. Man, how can you not be impressed with what you're seeing from Jaylen Warren today? Breaking the tackles. This isn't one of those run-of-the-mill defenses here. This is the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are a top 3 defense, and Jaylen Warren has just been dominating. McLeod, he just basically stiff-armed the guy. On the 3rd and 1 now, the Chicago Bears trying to add to the lead. They hand the ball off. This is to Herbert, and Herbert gets the first down. So the Chicago Bears going into Ford Field and trying to shock the world. Right now, the Detroit Lions are the number 2 seed in the playoffs. I don't know if people noticed that or not, but they are. All right, here we go. Bryce Young on a 3rd and 8. 30-10, they trail. Bryce Young has time, throws the ball down the field, and it is what a catch by Adam feeling. I mean, who else would I call? They don't really have that much talent. I see DJ Chark out there. I see Jonathan Mingo. But, man, what a catch. We also have the Commanders. Okay, Sam Howell tries to throw the ball, and that is intercepted, picked off by the Giants. And that was just one of those plays where Sam Howell was just trying to make a play. He gets hit before he throws the football, and Jaylen Warren again. I mean, there is no answer for Jaylen Warren running the football. Cleveland is just getting gashed by this young kid. I mean, he is putting on a show today. I mean, he's catching the ball out of the backfield. He's turning nothing into something. And right now, he has 8 rushes for 131 yards. I mean, big time runs all game long, 145 total yards. So here we go. Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for one of the first times today, the Cleveland Browns actually get the stop. And they needed that because, once again, Jaylen Warren has been having his way. Grant Delpit, former LSU Tiger, making the stop. Carter wife just passed away, First Lady. We talking about Jimmy Carter wife? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. I mean, they both live in an amazing life. I mean, Jimmy Carter almost 100, and his wife was almost 100 as well. And Kenny Pickett gets sacked on a play. Myles Garrett and crew gets the sack. So, all right, here we go. Hollywood Brown, they tried to go deep. Kyler Murray tried to go deep for Hollywood Brown, and there's a flag on the play. So let's see what it is. Tried to go deep to his deep threat, Hollywood Brown, and Nelson. I mean, you can make an argument that it's offensive pass interference. It looked like good coverage to me, but let's see what the call is. All right, here's the handoff. Najee Harris up the middle, and he runs, and he fights. And on 3rd and 22, he's short, of course, but that's probably going to bring on the field goal unit to tie this game up at 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Pittsburgh trying to tie this game up against the Cleveland Browns, who been playing pretty good defense. Just no answer for Jaylen Warren. I mean, Jaylen Warren is getting the chunks, but one thing you can say about Cleveland, they're keeping the Steelers out of the end zone. So we got Chris Boswell, who's coming in probably about as sure as any kicker that you can find, 17-18 on the year, going for a 28-yard field goal to tie this game up. Snap, placement, kick on the way, and it is good. So right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are all tied up with the Cleveland Browns with 7:40 left in the game. So we got a double box on the screen here. Arizona on a 3rd and 15, trying to take the lead over the Houston Texans. You got the Detroit Lions down 23-14, and Kyler Murray gets the snap on a 3rd and 15, tries to check it down to his running back, and he hurdles a guy, and Jones just cannot get the first down. So a 3rd and 7, Detroit needs a stop here with 5 minutes left. Let's see if they can get it. Hand off to Johnson, and he gets stonewalled. So Detroit does get the stop. It's going to set up possibly a Cairo Santos field goal to try to go up 26-14, the Chicago Bears. So you got Simmons, the defensive tackle. Look like they've been taking tips. They've been taking tips from the Saints, and Jeffrey Simmons gets the touchdown. It looked like the Tennessee Titans been watching the Saints games with Colin Saunders, and this time they actually throw the ball to the defensive tackle. And on a 4th and 4, Arizona cannot convert. Cairo Santos from 39 yards out, and that kick is good. So a 12-point lead for the Chicago Bears with about 5 minutes left, but the Detroit Lions, they do have one of the most explosive offenses in the league. Speaking of explosive offenses, Justin Herbert And the Chargers they're teetering right now. Keenan Allen gets his shirt absolutely ripped, but still managed to get the first down. And that's good to see from Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen had a few drops today, man. Significant drops as well. Could have had a touchdown. Could have had the lead right now. And here we go. We're looking to see if he actually got there. That was a good catch right there. We're trying to see if the Raiders wide receiver actually got both feet in bounds, but it looks like he did. And probably working in his favor, he actually has black cleats. So on the white sideline. So he looked like he got his foot in. Looks like he got that foot in. Well, but you also have to establish possession, so I don't know. That may be incomplete. It might be an incomplete pass right there. Looked like he got both feet in bounds, but he did not establish possession. All right, 2nd and 7. New York Giants up 21-12. Tim DeVito trying to get his first win as a starting quarterback. And here we go. Here's the handoff to the back, and he is stopped. Good defense by the Commanders. He lost 2 on that play. All right, so how do we get to this point? Saquon Barkley having a monster game. Running down the middle. Got a big play. I mean, Saquon Barkley has been spectacular. Now he's back into the game after having that big run on a 3rd and 11. So the Giants are trying to put this game to bed. You would think with a first down, they're completely not out the woods yet, but it still will make things even more difficult for the Commanders. All right. Also have the Chargers and the Packers. Snap, and Justin Herbert absolutely upset there. Looks like they didn't get the ball off in time, and he was not happy about it. That is a delay of game, and that's not what you need when you're trying to get points late in the game, trying to get into the end zone. So the Giants cannot convert on a 3rd down. They only got 1 yard on that play, so it's 4th and 10. 1st and 15 for the Chargers. I don't understand this about the Chargers. Chargers should clearly be one of the best teams in the AFC, but they just continue to struggle, even though they have some of the best talent that you can actually find in the NFL. But 1st and 15, still got a chance. You can easily tie the game as well where you're at. Hands the ball off to Austin Eckler. Eckler, who fumbled earlier, gets a few yards there. Probably got about 5 yards on the play, so that's probably going to set up 2nd and 10. It's the field goal, 36-yard attempt for the Giants, and that kick is good. So giving the Giants a little bit more cushion over the Washington Commanders. All right, so we look at Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert trying to put together some late-game heroics. Not unfamiliar territory for him. Justin Herbert on a 2nd and 10 snaps the ball, and he was in a gun. Justin Herbert puts the ball down. He tries to take it himself. He breaks a tackle, and he fights, and he gets the first down. All Justin Herbert on that play right there. He was looking for a receiver. Nobody was there, so he took it himself, and he's able to get the first down. So it's probably going to set up – it will set up 1st and goal for the Chargers. And with about 6 minutes left, so the Chargers have a chance to take the lead. Chargers have been down in the red zone quite a few times in this game, and they haven't been able to cash it in. They haven't been able to come away with 6. You had Keenan Allen, who dropped the pass that was right in his chest. Then you had Austin Eckler. It was a bad exchange between him and Justin Herbert, and the Packers were able to get the ball. So a lot of red zone woes for the Chargers, the reason why they're trailing in this game. Aiden O'Connell and the Raiders are down by 6. It was an incomplete pass to Ruling on the field on a 3rd and 17. He tries to get the ball to Jacoby Myers. He does, but Jacoby is just a few yards short of the first. Justin Herbert in the gun on a 1st and 10. So Chargers can get a 1st and goal on this drive. Here's a handoff to Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler tries to fight. He gets around the defender, and he takes a big hit. He gets about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 on the play. So the clock continues to tick. At this particular point, you wonder if this is actually working in the Chargers' favor. You got 3 timeouts. It's under 6 minutes. All right, so we got Aiden O'Connell. The Raiders are deciding to go for it on a 4th and 2 here. You need this. Snaps. Aiden O'Connell gets the snap. He throws long and he tries to get to Jakobi Meyers, and it is incomplete on a 4th and 2. So it's turnover on downs. Justin Herbert throws the ball and he tries to get it, and that should be a flag, but it's no flag on a play. I thought they probably would have called the flag. Smart takes a big hit. And those are the type of hits that you normally see a flag, but the ref's going to let him play. I don't know about that one. I mean, I like the fact that, it's football, but I don't know. Houston Texans, CJ Stroud tries to throw it, and it is picked off again. This time by Hamilton. He looked like he's slow to get up, but he was able to get the interception. So CJ Stroud, 3 interceptions, a guy who hasn't really turned the ball over as often. And you got Justin Herbert, a touchdown to Keenan Allen. So Keenan Allen holds on to this one. Earlier in the game, he had a catch that he was wide open. He dropped it. But this time it is true. And you need it at this particular point with almost 5 minutes and 24 seconds left. And what a pass by Justin Herbert. Just threads it between 2 defenders. And Keenan Allen, really good hand-eye coordination right there, being able to come down with that catch. And right now, we see an interception. We're trying to see if he got both feet in bounds. And yes, he did. He was able to get his arm down, which, that's the interception. So with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left, we switch over to the Detroit Lions game. Detroit trying to get into the end zone. Jared Goff looking. He goes deep down the field to a wide open Jameson Williams. And that is a touchdown. So there's still life for the Detroit Lions after what 4-5 turnovers in the game. And they still have a chance with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left to be able to get the win over the Chicago Bears. Wow. If they win this game, this is one of those games that, it's about resilience, toughness, because everything was going the Chicago Bears' way in this game. And Jameson Williams, all this guy does is just catch touchdowns, 2 receptions for 44 yards and a touchdown. I mean, it seems like every time they throw the ball his way, it's going to be a touchdown. It's amazing. All right, here we go. A 27-yard attempt by Aubrey. Aubrey, who missed the extra point, but he was able to make this field goal. So the Cowboys up 33-10 over the Carolina Panthers. So the Cowboys are flexing their muscle right now. Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals get the ball back. This is a completion to his receiver. He fights and he gets some extra yards, stays on his feet, gets past midfield, and he is down at about the 35-yard line. I mean, so a really good pass right there. Arizona driving, trying to get that win. CJ Stroud, uncharacteristically, 3 turnovers in the game. Miami Dolphins trying to extend their lead. They're up 20-13. Tua looks, checks the ball down to Raheem Mostert. Mostert gets about 4 or 5 yards on the play. And unfortunately, Hamilton, who made a big play for the Arizona Cardinals, it looks like he's getting carted off the field. So it's unfortunate, man. He made a really big play. Well, unfortunately, he has to get carted off the field. Hopefully, it's nothing serious. Kyler Murray checks it down to James Conner. James Conner fights for extra yards. He needed 6 yards. He got 7. That is a first down on a 2nd and 6. Clock is ticking. That's going to take the Arizona Cardinals and the Houston Texans to the 2-minute warning. So the Arizona Cardinals have a chance, an opportunity to get the lead late and possibly get the win. Right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns, we switch to this game. Thompson Robinson really dialed in focus. Hopefully he get another opportunity to try to get his team a victory. Game tied at 10. Cleveland and Pittsburgh, a defensive struggle today. But is this a surprise to anyone at this point? I mean, the AFC North is known for their defense and smash mouth football. Kenny Pickett under center. Receiver in motion. That's Allen Robinson. They hand the ball off to Najee Harris, and he gets absolutely stonewalled. He lost about 3 yards on that play. Good pursuit by the Cleveland Browns defense. So right now, 3rd and 9. The Chicago Bears are faced with a 3rd and 9 right now. Herbert, they try to hand the ball off to them, try to kill some time, and the Detroit Lions get the stop. Detroit need a huge stop on this 3rd and 9. If they can get the ball back, they have a chance to win. The Commanders on a 4th and 1 tries to get a first down, and they do not get it, but there is a flag on the play. Sam Howell tried to sneak it, and he cannot get it. Jaylen Warren gets past a defender, gets a few yards on the 3rd and 15, maybe 2, but you needed 15, and they did not get it. Justin Fields on the 3rd and 9. Chicago Bears trying to ice the game. Justin Fields going deep to a wide open Scott, and it is incomplete. He had him. He had him, man. He had 2 defenders that were guarding Scott, but Justin Fields just could not get the ball. Scott won his matchup. I mean, he had him, and he just was not able to catch the pass. A little bit too far off. If Scott would have caught that pass, you could pretty much put a fork in this game, and Justin Fields just could not believe it. He could not believe it. It was a good pass, man, but it just was a little bit too far off. So the Chicago Bears have to punt, and you got to be smart with this. There was a special teams fumble earlier in the game, so they're just going to let it bounce. So Jared Goff with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left, 3 interceptions in this game, 4 turnovers altogether, but the Detroit Lions still have opportunity to win this football game and get their 8th win of the season. All right, 2nd and 10. All right, so there was a penalty for the Commanders. The Giants made the stop on a 4th and 1, but the penalty kind of bailed out the Commanders, so they get an extra drive. And there's another flag on the play. So I guess we're going to do this. We're just going to do this. We're going to try to keep this game interesting, so we're going to start calling flags left and right. And you're going to have hands to the face by Thibodeau, who hit the quarterback in the neck and head area. And we know the NFL don't want that to happen. So Sam Howell and the Commanders are going to get 15 more yards to make that game a little more interesting and keep their drive alive. Kyler Murray in the gun completes the pass to his tight end. Gets a few yards on the play on a 2nd and 15. And the Houston Texans get the tackle on the tight end on that one. Got Hunter Renfrow out here making plays. Who would have thought? Who would have thought a guy who almost had 1,000 yards one season can actually make some plays? I guess what a difference Fire and Josh McDaniels make. Aiden O'Connell tried to go deep, doesn't feel the pressure behind him, and he is sacked. You got to get rid of the ball, Aiden O'Connell. You cannot take a sack this late in the game when your team needs some points. 3rd and 8 for Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. Will they call a flag on the play? The ball is batted down on a 3rd and 8. So the pass is incomplete. So it brings a 4th and 8 with 35 seconds left in the game. One last shot for Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. And what a play by Collins. Collins batting the ball down. Batting the ball for Kyler Murray. I mean, this is what you need. 4th and 8, 35 seconds left. Last chance for the Arizona Cardinals. Will they be able to convert? And they're going to call the timeout. They're going to call the timeout. So give them a little bit more time to think about it to make sure that this play is absolutely perfect because they need it. If they do not get this, then it is game over. Also have a big-time matchup in the second slate of games. Got the Bills and the Jets. Aiden O'Connell on a 3rd and 6. Raiders trail by 7. Here's the blitz. They're coming. Aiden O'Connell checks it down. Almost intercepted. Tried to get the ball to his receiver, Tucker, but it's just incomplete. And you got Van Ginkel, who was on the stop there. good defensive play. He's going to get credit for a pass deflection in that one. So right now, this is the last chance for the Arizona Cardinals and the Houston Texans. Switch back to this game after the timeout. So you got extra time. Kyler Murray on the gun. They're bringing everybody. They're bringing the mama, the daddy, the brother. And it is batted away by Collins. So Collins with back-to-back plays. He had the pass deflection earlier, batted the ball down on third down, and in coverage, Nelson was able to get the batted down pass on third down and a pass deflection on fourth down. So it wasn't the prettiest game for the Houston Texans. 3 turnovers by C.J. Stroud, but the defense was able to make a stand for the Houston Texans, and they're going to come away with another victory, which is their, if I'm not mistaken, their 6th victory on the season. So credit to DeMeco Ryans and the Houston Texans, who are about to go to 6-4 on the season after having one of the worst records in the NFL last season. DeMeco Ryans and the Houston Texans still have an opportunity to win the AFC South. Got to give credit to the Houston Texans, man. I mean, that was a good game right there. Arizona Cardinals made some plays, got some turnovers, but still weren't able to capitalize. The defense of Houston stepping up and making some plays. So credit to them. All right, so we got the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Sam Howell throws the ball, and it is caught by Dotson. And so the Commanders are able to get a touchdown with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. Still got a chance. Speaking of chance, Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. And Romeo Doubs with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs with a clutch touchdown. Tell me if you heard that before, Saints fans. With late in the game, Jordan Love to Doubs. So here we go. Kareem Hunt hurdles a man, gets the first down, and that takes them to the 2-minute warning. Kareem Hunt taking advantage of his opportunities. And speaking of opportunities, Detroit got an opportunity to come away with a victory. 1:36 left, 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line. He dumps it off. This one is to Montgomery. David Montgomery gets the ball down to about the, looks like about the 29-yard line. He got 9 yards on the play. Detroit is in a hurry up. All right, here we go. The handoff to Montgomery. Montgomery running in between the tackles, and he gets the first down and a little bit more. So right now, the Detroit Lions are in hurry up mode. They got tempo going. Ben Johnson is in his bag. All right, everything is at their disposal right now. They got one timeout, 56 seconds left. You want to get into the end zone, but you also want to give as little time as possible. You might get a false start here on a play, but no, they're not going to call this. St. Brown with the completion. So it's going to bring up 2nd down, and let's see if he caught it. And I don't know about that. Might see a little bit of movement right there, but if it is a challenge, it's going to come from upstairs being inside the 2 minutes. So, and St. Brown looks like he's a little nicked up on that play. All right, here we go. Thompson Robinson, the rookie out of UCLA. Can he have some late game heroics with less than a minute left? And Njoku could not corral the catch. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted. Usually those pop-ups normally ends up in interceptions. So the Packers, with 2 minutes left, have a 3-point lead, and the Chargers could not do anything. So it looks like the Green Bay Packers are going to get the ball back. So the defense of the Chargers is going to have to do something. All right. So they got a 3rd and 10. I guess that was a rewind. Justin Herbert looking, tries to fight as much as he can, but he just could not do anything. That was a sack by the Green Bay Packers. So Gary and the Packers are trying to shock the Chargers. All right, the Detroit Lions are in the red zone, and Goff in the gun, scrambles, looks, throws, and he just throws it away on a 2nd and 2. So the clock will stop. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Detroit Lions. And the Raiders are still down by 7 to the Minnesota Vikings. The Detroit Lions, 3rd and 2 with 38 seconds left. And they hand the ball off to Jahmyr Gibbs, and Gibbs almost gets into the end zone, and it is stopped at about the 1 yard line. So you got to hurry up or you got to spike it. And he gets down to the 1 yard line. So we're under 40 seconds left in the game. The Detroit Lions, as bad as they played today, still have a chance to win. All right, we got the Miami Dolphins. Tua in the gun. He scrambles to his right, and he just throws the ball away. And also we have a 4th and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, one able to convert on that 3rd down. So it's 1st and goal, and it's unbelievable, man. The Chicago Bears, is as hard as they played today, they may walk away with a loss. But this is a testament to the Detroit Lions and their resolve. I mean, we know that there have been times like this where the Detroit Lions would lose a game like this, right? So this shows the mental toughness of this team. 1st and goal, 31 seconds left. They hand the ball off to Montgomery, and Montgomery gets into the end zone, and the Detroit Lions, for the first time all day, get the lead, and it comes at the right time, and they go up by 1, pinning a field goal. So they're going to go for 1. They're not going to go for 2. And they're going to hope that their defense be able to make a stop here. I don't know about this one. This might be a questionable call here. Let's see if they can actually go for 2 points. After the turnovers, after all of the miscues, the Detroit Lions are winning this game by 1. So they are deciding to go for 2. This will put them up by 3 if they convert. Play action. Wide open. My goodness. A wide open LaPorta. Just the LaPorta. Wide open. So the Detroit Lions, after 4 turnovers in a game and have not had a lead this entire game, comes at the right time, and they're up by 3, 29-26, with about 31 seconds left. You cannot make this stuff up. All right. 53 seconds left, 2nd and 5 for the Cleveland Browns. Thompson Robinson trying to put together some late game heroics and possibly get his team into field goal range, and it is caught by Amari Cooper for the 1st down, and this puts the Cleveland Browns in field goal range. So what you want to do is you want to run this football, and you want to exhaust the timeouts for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Washington Commanders, with 1:43 left, are trying to take the lead and trying to, I won't call it an upset, but trying to beat the division rivals. And this pass is caught by Pringle, who's had a few fumbles and a few missteps in this game, but coming up big there to set up a 1st and 10. Commanders get to the line. They go and hurry up. Sam Howell gets the ball in the gun. He looks, he checks the ball down, and it is incomplete by Brian Robinson Jr. He wouldn't have got the 1st down, but he could have got some extra yards, probably even got out of bounds, could have saved the time out there. All right, so we got a triple box right here. We got the Cleveland Browns. Thompson Robinson on a 1st and 10 completes the pass. This one is to Njoku. He gets another 1st down. So right now, the Cleveland Browns are just trying to make this field goal as easy as possible for their kicker. Bottom of the screen, we got Sam Howell in the gun. Sam Howell in the gun, he throws it, and he gets hit as he throws, and it is intercepted by the Giants. And wait a minute, there's a flag on a play, and the defender is not happy. The Giants defender is not happy with that. All right, so we got Justin Fields. Justin Fields with 29 seconds left trying to drive down the field, at least get a field goal out the deal so they can send this game into overtime. All right, here we go. Jordan Love on a 3rd and 6, trying to ice the game for the Packers. They try to run the ball with A.J. Dillon, and that is not going to do it. So it's going to set up 4th down. So there's an opportunity for the Chargers, who used their final timeout. Brandon Staley is trying to get his team to 5-5. A guy who's been struggling. A lot of people feel like he shouldn't have a job. Sam Howell in the gun, looking, and he just throws the ball away. So a bailout for Sam Howell and the Commanders. Here we go. Justin Fields in the gun, looking, and he loses the football, and it gets kicked into the end zone, and that is, my friend, going to be a safety. That is going to be a safety, Aiden Hutchinson. And the Detroit Lions, my goodness, Justin Fields fumbles the football, the ball rolls, and the offensive lineman, not making a smart decision, decides to kick the ball into the back of the end zone. What are we doing? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess maybe when he was running the ball, he just kind of kicked it, trying to go for it. But I can tell you right now, the offensive lineman don't seem like he was very interested in trying to recover that football. Sam Howell on a 3rd and 1. Game stopped yet again. 20 seconds left. Cleveland Browns have the ball. There was a flag on the play, so a delay of game for the Cleveland Browns. But right now, the Cleveland Browns pretty much have a chip shot field goal to win this football game to put them, bring their record to 7-3. Both teams are 6-3 right now. All right, here we go. Thompson Robinson. All right, he hands the ball off, and it looks like Kareem Hunt is short. It looks like he's short, but they're going to do hurry up. They get back to the line, and they spike the ball with about 5 seconds left. So the field goal unit is going to come on to the field to try to give the Cleveland Browns their 7th victory of the season. Now we have Aiden O'Connell in the gun. Here we go. They got to drive the field here. Wide open is Tucker. Tucker gets the completion. Tucker has been having a very active game today. Justin Herbert on a 2nd and 4 with 1:20 left. He bobbles the snap, and something has been going on with the Chargers today. I mean, that is like the 3rd bobble snap. So the center and Justin Herbert have got to get on the same page. 34-yard attempt for the Cleveland Browns to win this football game, and a timeout is called by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. And there's a flag. Keenan Allen got held on the play. It wouldn't have been a first down, but all right, Aiden O'Connell throwing the ball. He completes it. Oh, no, it's incomplete. Jalen Ramsey just completely just messed the play up. Devontae Adams tried to corral the catch, but just couldn't get it. Back to the Giants and Commanders game. Sam Howell in the gun, 3rd and 1, 46 seconds left. Commanders trying to win this football game, trying to go to 5-6. Sam Howell throws it. It's completed to the wide receiver, and the clock is still rolling. So here we go. 5 seconds left for the Cleveland Browns. A 34-yard attempt to give them their 7th win of the season. Here we go. Snap, placement, kick on the way, and it is good. So the Cleveland, wait a minute, hold the phone. There is a flag on the play. And Thompson Robinson is going to get, it looks like he's going to get his first victory of his young career. So it was offsides on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dustin Hopkins, another New Orleans Saints kicker, former New Orleans Saints kicker, clutch kick to send the Cleveland Browns to 7-3. And Thompson Robinson is emotional. And we got I don't know what the heck going on. Sam Howell throws another interception, is picked off, and this is a house call for Isaiah Simmons. The former Arizona Cardinal takes it to the house. Sam Howell throws a late game interception, and Aiden O'Connell, trying to drive down the field, gets it to his go-to guy, Devontae Adams. 36 seconds left for the Raiders. Down 7. So Sam Howell, I don't know what the heck is going on there. I don't know if he was just trying to throw the ball out of bounds or he was just trying to make a play, but that is not what you needed. And Isaiah Simmons just jumped it, and he just takes it to the house. Up above, you have Quentin Johnston, who was wide open and just completely just dropped the pass. All right, here we go. 36 seconds for the Raiders. Aiden O'Connell in a gun. Throws the ball down the field, slings it, tries to get the ball to Austin Hooper, and it is incomplete. Austin is looking for a flag, but nothing is there for him. 23 seconds left. It is 4th and 6 for the Chargers. One last chance. And I can tell you right now, I mean, Chargers fans cannot be happy with this type of talent that they have, and they just cannot get the win. Brandon Staley, God bless him. I don't think he's going to be able to survive this season. He survived last season, but he is not going to be able to survive this season. 32 seconds left for the Raiders as we look at Michael Mayers, the rookie out of Notre Dame, starting to come on as of late. Touchdown in 3 consecutive games. Didn't get one today. Aiden O'Connell on a 2nd and 10. Got time, plenty of time. Knit a sweat in the pocket. Throws deep, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by Jalen Ramsey, who put it all on the line for that one, and he is hurt. He is absolutely hurt on the play. But what a play by Jalen Ramsey. Aiden O'Connell tried to go for it all on that play. I don't know if I agree with him on that one. I mean, you could have easily tried to go for the check down, but Jalen Ramsey is still on the ground. But what a play by Jalen Ramsey. I mean, Aiden O'Connell is playing with fire here. I would not try to make a play against one of the best cornerbacks the NFL has had over the last decade. But here we go. 4th and 1. And it's batted down. It is batted down. The Green Bay Packers are going to come away with a victory and get their 4th win of the season. And I know Quentin Johnston is going to be absolutely sick after he had an opportunity and he was wide open. But Clark putting that big paw up in the air and getting the bat down, and that is going to do it. And Jalen Ramsey, who pulling off his Cuba Gooding Jr. and a Jerry Maguire, staying on the ground. Now he's up celebrating like Cuba Gooding did when he caught that touchdown. But nevertheless, Jalen Ramsey showing why the Miami Dolphins went out here and got him. And that is going to do it in Green Bay in a hard-fought victory. Yet again, the Chargers, tough team, but it just seems like they're always on the receiving end of an L in some of these close games. And that's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that get coaches fired there. So you got the Green Bay Packers getting a victory, going to 4 and 6. The Chargers are now 4 and 6. And you're looking at the Miami Dolphins, who are in a victory formation right now with 22 seconds left. They're going to go to 7 and 3. And the Raiders are going to go to 5 and 6. But you got to give credit to the Raiders. I mean, the last 2 weeks, you know, they've really been playing tough. They played this game tough. I mean, but Miami just made a few plays, more plays than they actually did. And, you know, so, I mean, Antonio Pierce, he has nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, this team is playing hard for him. It seems like they want this guy to be their long-term solution. But Jalen Ramsey, showing why he's one of the best in the game. Tua Tagovailoa, a little bit of an up-and-down game. Tyreek Hill made some plays, but wasn't really as big a threat than he normally is in games like this. And as we look at the AFC seedings, you got the Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore, Jacksonville, and Miami, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you got the wild card teams, Cleveland, Houston, and Pittsburgh. So right now you have 3 AFC North teams in this. And we switch over to the San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. Brock Purdy getting a victory last week, has been dealing with some struggles. And let's see if Tampa can actually get the victory or will be the 49ers. But those were the end of the first slate of games, man. I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of Saints podcast and the Gumbo Pot Sports podcast. I really do appreciate it. Shouts out to everybody that's been here from start to finish. We'll probably do this in the future sometime. Maybe we can select like a New Orleans Saints game down the stretch, or maybe we can probably just find a game that we can actually just look at. But thank you all so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to follow me on X, also known as Twitter, at TJAY-Jones8, TJAY-Jones8. Also, previous episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Anchor FM. And I want to give a special shout out to everybody in the chat here. Once again, CJ MVP, what y'all think? He struggled a little bit today, but I mean, I still think that he played well. And as long as Houston is winning and he plays well, I think he'll be in that consideration. Look like the Bears on upset alert. I mean, the Detroit Lions were able to get away from that, get away with a victory. Says, yes, you should do this for the Saints game. Well, I said, we'll see. We'll see. I know a lot of times I'm a little bit more invested in those games, but I'll probably pick a game. Hopefully we can do this in the future. Maybe we can do the Saints and Detroit Lions game. Maybe we can do a watch along there. But thank you all so much. Have a good afternoon for those that are watching this live. And like always, all I got to say is who that. And for all the NFL fans out there, thank you all for tuning in as well. Take care.